Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Speedruns From the Crypt, your bi-weekly horror hotfix. We are back, and it's technically an early holiday today. Before we do get into the theme of the show and we talk about that, I do just want to say that SGQ 2023 is coming up from May 28th to June 4th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you're interested in attending the event, registration is now open until May 3rd, so you can go to gamesnoquick.com for more information. Alright, anyway, I am a sucker for the holidays. You all know how I feel about various holidays, and April Fool's is right around the corner. While we don't have the week of April Fool's going on, it's close enough to where I figure we're going to get a little bit silly with it today. Today's theme is going to be weird and or silly horror games. I'm not going to be dragging a knife for 3.5 hours this year, don't worry, you're going to get a couple other fun runs. But we're going to have some very, I guess, silly runs, as I could say. Our first run of the night is going to be a shorter run, but probably one that took over the speedrunning community by storm in a way. It's going to be something called Choo-Choo Charles with Yamajugo. Take it away.
Hey everybody, I'm Yama. I'm relatively new to speedrunning. I only started like last October really, but I always play a lot of horror games, especially indie horror games. So this one was on my radar for a while, and it was a very popular speedrun, so that's why I picked it up. My commentary can go ahead and introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Maxie. I also ran Choo-Choo Charles for a little bit because, as Yama said, it was pretty hype, surprisingly. But yeah, that's me. Hi.
Yo, I'm first try, I swear. I also ran the game when it was when it came out. I'm also still pretty new to speedrunning, but the game looked really fun when it came out, and it was so unique, I just had to try it out.
And First Try is also our current any percent world record holder. I am still sitting in third place, I think. So, a few things before we start. The game is down patched to its initial release version 1.0 because the updates kind of broke some of the things we use for the speedrun. Trying to think.
Yep.
Anything else before
I think it's.
I start. Say again, First Try. Go ahead.
I think it has mainly to do with like one of the glitches that we performed at the start of the game.
Oh yeah, the menu glitch.
The developer tried to patch it out a couple times, but
yes, you guys will see a glitch very early into the run. So I'll go ahead and get it started. The time will start pretty much after I skip the initial cutscene and it loads in with Eugene speaking.
And if you're wondering who Eugene is, he's the absolute goat who leads us to this random island.
So time starts now.
Yes, sir. They call him Charles.
That's Eugene. If you run this game, you will never forget his voice. I assure you.
And have nearly everything in order.
Yes, sir.
Places to see.
such an iconic start.
So the first glitch in the run you already see on screen, it's just a menu glitch. Basically, if you pause the game and click settings and escape at the same time, you will overlap the pause menu, which allows you to use it at the same time as playing. So if we click continue and talk to Eugene at the same time, we'll end his dialogue and we'll basically skip him opening this door. And for some reason, it also skips the first quest in the game where you have to go to the shack over here and get a key to open the barn that lets you get in the train. It just skips that entirely, and the barn is just open and you can go straight to the train and start the game.
Yeah, this was like one of the big discoveries right at the beginning of like the speedrun boom of Choo-Choo Charles. There was like actually a couple of ways of making the barn do this, but this one was the most effective and also just the most fair as well.
We also duplicate Eugene. You can see the other one standing back there. This is Charles. I should have stopped the train just a little earlier.
Yeah, what Yama is trying to do here is try and get Eugene killed as fast as possible, so he can immediately do the next trick, which you're seeing right now. because
Yes.
I think you got it this time, right?
This is pretty much the most important trick of the game. This is what's called the ghost train glitch. Basically, there are triggers on each side of the train. When you hop off, normally it will stop to prevent the train from just endlessly traveling and you'd never be able to catch it. But if you open your map as you're going across these triggers, it lets the train go anyway. So basically, the train is going to our next stop while we're going this way to do other objectives and collect scrap and things to upgrade our train.
Yeah, so like before this was found, the route was primarily just riding the train in one direction. But since the train can move without us now, the route changed very heavily. Like this is so different from when it started. Because you can make the train go backwards, which you'll see a little later. You kind of do things out of order.
Right.
We had to learn so many different routes.
This game changed routes very quickly when it was in its early stages. It was kind of insane, honestly. We'd wake up and then everything would be different.
Yeah, it was great.
So what I just picked up was a blue box. It's a side quest item for this guy in this house or this station over here named Theodore. Basically, we turn it into him and he's going to give us scrap, which is very important because we need that to upgrade our train and repair it during the final fight with Charles. I also quit out there, so to make the train stop, hopefully it should be about where I want it to be. Otherwise, it would just keep going and be somewhere we really don't want it to end up.
Yeah, there's definitely like a very specific time you want to quit out for all of these ghost train glitches, as well as the one after this. You can actually touch the water by the lake, right? And it gives you back your jumping ability, because when you do the ghost train glitch, you can't jump.
That's another thing.
There's no jumping when you're in the train, and because the game thinks you're in the train still, you can't jump, so.
Right. And this glitch is probably the biggest reset point of the run for pretty much everybody. And I got one of the worst possible teleports.
Yep.
I'll get another teleport,
I think,
hopefully. Otherwise, we'll just continue with it regardless.
Yeah, I think this part, I think, was first used by speedrunner named Distortion, because what we basically want to do is just get as fast to our destination as we want, but this guy teleports you to like 10 random locations, whereof only 3 of them are really are okay, and 1 of them is really good, but it's just complete RNG.
Right.
And it's so rough.
That whole section in itself is actually kind of an Easter egg to Slender in the 8 pages. Doesn't work exactly the same way with the guy teleporting you and all, but I mean, the concept is the same. You're in the middle of the forest and you have to collect 8 pages to finish that side quest. It's a pretty neat little thing in the game.
That was a fun little gimmick.
So we're
until we headed to
the bunker, where we get the best weapon in the game, pretty much. Which, in the early days of the run, we actually did not only use this weapon, we used the flamethrower as well. But now we pretty much only use the rocket launcher. And I put the TNT on the door and I quit out to basically skip the door exploding. Normally you'd have to stand away so you don't take damage, and it would be like 5 seconds or so waiting for it to blow up. But if you just quit out and load back in, it happens immediately.
And right there, you actually, you saw a damage manip right there.
Yes. You can explain.
Very important.
Yeah, so in this game, when you die, well, okay, quote unquote die, you get sent back to the train, wherever it may be on the map. So Yama is specifically taking all of that damage from the dynamite so that he can go up the stairs over here, jump off the stairs and die. And that's going to warp him back to the train. It's just, it's a good method of getting around the map a lot quicker and not having to use the train the entire time by just death warping.
Right. And so we just picked up the rocket launcher from John Smith. He basically says, it's fine as long as you bring it back when you're done. You only lost
Derailed.
1 scrap on death.
Nice.
So when you die, you randomly lose between 1 to 3 scrap. Obviously, you want to lose as little as possible. Train was pretty much in a good spot. This is the hardest ghost train glitch for me personally, and I'm shocked I got it on the first try, honestly.
Nice. Well played.
Every time you do the ghost train glitch, you do it the same way. You basically line yourself up with the railing on the side, sprint forward, and try to open your map as soon as you're going across the trigger. And basically your momentum should carry you across while the map is open. But for some reason, for me at least, that particular one has the tightest timing that I usually fail. And like Maxie mentioned earlier, we can't jump, but now we touch the puddle, now we have our jump back. Which means we don't have to do a quit out once we get inside the first cave.
Yep, and the lines that you walk here are really important because your train can end up anywhere, and this is a pretty large section. So the train is still going right now, but you have to do quite a lot here. So the timing is always rough on this one.
Notorious for not taking the exact correct path.
The month
This is
we believe our there's an
So that's Helen. Helen gives us the key to the first cave. She basically says, go in there. There's probably some cultists around, so be careful. And collect the first egg. Which reminds me that we didn't really talk about the story of the game.
Yeah. The story.
Well, we're an archivist, and Eugene is our longtime friend. And from what I understand, basically, our museum isn't doing so well, and we were looking for a new attraction to basically change things up and bring in new customers. Well, Eugene's island has been terrorized by Charles, and I think they basically made a deal that if I come deal with Charles, I get to take his body and put it in the museum. And hopefully that will attract new customers.
And then like
So-
kind of like the weird side thing going on is that like it's a mining company, right, that works on this island, and they're like the head of the mining company thinks that Charles is like this thing that needs, well, the game basically makes you think that everybody that like works here thinks that like Charles is evil, and that the head of the company wants to keep Charles for himself, and he wants to like figure out how to tame Charles and take over the world with him and stuff like that. It's some cult stuff going on here, I'm not gonna lie, but
Definitely.
yeah, like later on
True.
you find out that he was trying to prevent some crazy stuff from happening, and yeah, you'll see it all go down later.
Right. So here is another death warp. We basically jump up here, try to grab that scrap on the way down, and takes us back to our train for the second time.
Another -1 scrap. Really,
Yeah,
really good.
Really lucky, actually. And the train was actually almost in the
Oh
perfect
my
spot.
god.
The archipelago, there's an
That does not happen that often for me.
This is the most perfect spot it can be, and that's so hard to pull off.
So we have our speed at 6, damage at 4, and that's pretty much what we go into the final fight with. Any other scrap we get is pretty much just to repair the train during the fight. So up here in this cabin or lodge, I'm not sure what to call it. Our next NPC is Paul. This is Eugene's son. He basically has this master plan on what we're going to do to deal with Charles. He basically says, there's this temple, we'll have to go put the 3 eggs there to send Charles into a frenzy so he'll actually fight us, and then we can kill him. But he also tells us to place bombs on this bridge because that's how we're going to finish him. We are going to place bombs on this bridge, lure Charles over it, and then blow it up when we cross it.
So I see in chat somebody asked about where Charles is at. So Charles is just randomly roaming the map at all times. it's really convenient because the old speedrun route had a couple of moments where Charles was very likely to just ruin your run. But this new route that you're seeing here with like the ghost train glitch, it just so happens that a lot of like the routing that was done around this ghost train glitch pretty much avoids Charles almost the entire run. Because his main roaming points you just like don't really go to.
Pretty much.
Yeah, true.
Like there is still a possibility he'll show up, but it's very unlikely now.
Oftentimes, because
Yeah.
of the low graphic settings, you will see him in the background, but he's so far away that he won't aggro you.
Yeah, I think he's like the most likely he's going to show up in the new road that we were doing right now. It's like at the end, because I've never really encountered him anywhere before.
So funny enough,
Wall to fly.
the ghost train glitch also makes it so these enemies can't see you.
Right.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. And also, I don't know if I said I was on locked 75 FPS. For whatever reason, playing on higher FPS tends to make these guards really freak out sometimes, and they won't aggro you, or they'll get stuck in the floor or walls or random things. So I do lock my FPS at 75. It also helps in the final Charles fight. It makes him a little less crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird how that's tied to FPS, but they get more aggressive the higher your FPS is locked at.
For some reason, you also take more damage when you jump. That's another thing. A little too far forward. I quit out just a little early. So you have to
Still
reverse
a good
just bit.
spot.
No,
that's
yeah,
a
it's
pretty
still a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find it really funny that you take more damage when you're just like in the air.
I have a feeling
Think you're-
that it's because they use shotguns and maybe they're aiming for your head, and if you jump, it's a bigger hitbox or something. I don't really know. That's just my, I guess.
Yeah, they
assumption.
give you give them like a nice angle to get a one tap on you. Very efficient.
So that was our final ghost train glitch of the run as well. I'm gonna put out here, and hopefully this should put the train right in front of the temple. So most of the quit outs, like I said before, are to stop the train. Some of them we do because the actual run that goes on leaderboards is without loads. So quitting out does stop the timer for certain things. Like the bunker door being blown up would save some time. As well as up here, I'm going to put out going down the elevator. This doesn't really do anything in like marathon setting, but it's just, I guess, funny to show off. You basically just clip through it. So if we let this go down just a bit and then quit out, when we load back in, we're just going to be falling. Which skips having to ride the slow elevator all the way down.
You can hear Charles above you.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Usually when you hear his train whistle, that is not a good sign. But with the ghost train glitch and the nearest route and everything, it's not too much to worry about. Okay, I still took a little damage. It's not bad though.
All good, all good.
There's another really important glitch here that we use in the actual run. Normally when you take these eggs, you have to make it all the way out of the dungeon and reach the checkpoint to keep the egg in your inventory. But if you take the egg and die at the exact same time, you'll keep it and still warp back to your train.
Where did he come from?
But I'm not doing it in this just in case, because that would pretty much end the run immediately.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
very marathon safe.
No.
It only saves like 10 seconds, right?
Right, something about like that.
Which is a lot for this
Yeah.
run when you're going for
It
like world
is.
record, but for marathon purposes, not too important.
So now we're going up here to the temple,
Get this guy!
unlocking the door and putting the 3 eggs in whatever this is. And now we're in the final fight with Charles, and I don't know what he's doing, but I'll take it.
Nice, very good start.
I need to repair the train in a second. So this is pretty much the fight. You just use the rocket, repair your train in between shots. And you just have to be careful not to shoot the rocket when Charles is right next to you because you can damage yourself with the rocket launcher. I've lost plenty of runs to that.
Yeah, most runs die here if they die.
True. And Charles can completely meme you so hard at this part. He can get stuck on anything, anywhere, and then he'll just not be there for like 20, 30 seconds, or 10, 20 seconds. It's really fun.
This is actually going pretty well so far, honestly. Except that rocket. Sometimes the rockets do go through him. I will admit the one I missed was my fault. But I have had rockets just go straight through him sometimes. And you'll notice each one of these little cutscenes, he's basically powering up and getting stronger and faster, and it's also teleporting us. Well, the final one will teleport us anyway. I'm not sure about all of them. And he should be dead, and one more hit in time is pretty much as soon as his health is dead, which is right now. Then he teleports us to the bridge.
Alright, GG dude.
That is GG. And now we have this little ending cutscene where our master plan is going through. We blow up the bridge while Charles is on it. And he falls into the ravine to his death.
Beautiful.
They do show, I don't know how to word it. I guess that the problem on the island was a bit bigger than it was expected, which you'll see here in a second.
I also noticed someone asking in chat why we're not using the flamethrower, and the thing that with the rocket launcher is it does so much damage, and with the amount of scrap that we have for our current route, there's no need for the flamethrower anymore, because before this it was heavily used to like slow Charles down, but because of the crazy damage of our rocket launcher, it became completely obsolete. It's crazy.
Short answer is basically just it's faster.
Yeah.
But first try is exactly correct. I do miss the tech of like swapping between weapons and stuff in the early runs of the game. It was pretty fun to like go back and forth between the flamethrower and the rocket, and then maybe even the machine gun if you had like a sliver of HP at the end.
Yeah, made the run even more like, how do you call that, heavy at the end.
But as you see here in the ending cutscene, the problem on the island is a lot bigger than just Charles. So we don't really know what this means. It's kind of like an open ending. I guess the developer left it this way on purpose.
It's some good sequel bait.
Yeah, hopefully we will see a Choo-Choo Charles sequel. I don't know what it would be about, but that's the game.
All right, GG. Definitely thank you for the run. And before we have you go, two things. One, Yama, would you like any shout outs you want to give? And two, if anyone wanted to find you on Twitch, where can they find you?
Sure. Shout outs for sure. Thanks to Maxi and First Try for being here. It means a lot to me, and I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the Indie Horror Speedrunning Discord as well, for all the people there that took time into routing this and finding tricks and stuff for the game, because it would not be the run it is without those people. And I guess shout out to Distortion as well for putting in an absurd amount of hours into this game that I did not think he would run. He was one of the reasons we were waking up every day finding like the whole route being changed. And yeah, if you want to find me on Twitch, it's just twitch.tv/Yamajugo. You can find me everywhere else. YouTube is Yamajugo. Twitter is Yamajugo. Same thing.
All right. Thank you so much for the run and all of you for being here. It was a fun run being able to see us, I guess, murder a train. That's really that's what it is.
That is, yeah.
You're
Train.
not wrong.
Really powerful train gets murdered by powerful train.
Anyway, that being said, we have another run for you tonight, so don't you go anywhere. We're gonna be right back very quick. So stand up, touch your toes, stretch your legs. We'll be right back. Alright everyone, welcome back from the break. Hope you enjoyed that run of Choo-Choo Charles. It's definitely a fun game. Like I said, plenty of people were speedrunning that upon release. It was definitely an exciting game. They got a lot of people into it, so it was nice being able to show that off. It's actually been a game I've been wanting to show off for a while. I actually ended up learning myself, and I know all the community members quite well, so it was nice being able to see that on the GDQ screen. Anyway, for our next run of the night, and also really the last run of the night, because this one's going to be a long one, this game is certainly one that if you know it, you're probably going to know why it was selected today. This game is very surreal, Twin Peaks-esque, and also quite silly, and you're going to be able to see a lot of the silliness that thrives in this game. Anyway, here is Deadly Premonition with Tojimaru. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Tojimaru. I'll be running Deadly Premonition. I've been running this game for a little while now. It's pretty cool. And I have my commentator with me, Jade.
Hello, I'm Jadeite. I've been running this game for about 4 years now. It's been a while.
So timing starts when there's actual movement. So I'll count down once I skip these cutscenes right here. So we'll do 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay.
So we are in the Red Room, looking at clues. This is kind of your first look at Greenvale.
Can you hear me? It's me, York.
I'll be accidentally pausing a lot, by the way, in this run, because I was derusting, but there's gonna be a lot of accidental pausing.
The over menuing struggle is real.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's see. These sections are called Otherworld sections of the game. Let's see a bunch of creepy zombie-looking things.
Toji just picked up a steel pipe. We don't need it right now, but we will need it later in the run.
Oh yeah, those steel pipes are pretty powerful.
Do you use it in the hospital or?
Yes. Yeah,
oh, okay.
So in the hospital section, yeah, I'll definitely be using the pipe.
So, really quick, just as a general question, so we can all be aware here, what would you both say exactly Deadly Premonition is?
Oh, that is a hard question to answer. I don't know if there's really anything to compare it to.
It's a really unique game.
Yeah. It takes a lot of references from Twin Peaks. Originally, it was titled something else. I think it was Rainy Woods. And it was actually too much like Twin Peaks, so they had to dial it down a little bit. You can see a lot of those references in the game still.
As well, I do want to mention that in addition to, I guess, just building commentary, I'll be reading questions from chats. Sometimes people have questions, nice to know what's going on with the run. We do have a question right now asking, what is the pulsing meter in the top left?
That's your stamina. It increases when you run, when you use the siren for driving. It's when you hit the max, it causes York to kind of walk, which is not what we want.
Very slowly, by the way.
Yeah, very slowly.
Do they ever explain why driving uses stamina?
I'm not sure. It's just the siren, not driving itself, just the siren.
Yeah, every time I turn on the siren.
Driving faster, would it make you out of breath, would it?
I don't know, but using the siren does make you faster. So
It's true. Maybe the car might overheat. You know, who knows? That never actually happened.
that's true.
What if that was like a leftover mechanic? Who knows?
That'd be
And then I will say as well for Twitch chat, if you have any questions you would like to ask during the run, I don't know if the commentators are reading them, but I know I'll be reading them as well, and feel free to ask away. It's always nice to know about them, especially with a game like this. It's like maybe like 3 hours long. A lot of information to take in.
This run doesn't get the guitar. It doesn't. Or the infinite wrench, which is my favorite weapon. Both of them just take too long to get.
No flamethrower either.
I don't know if I've ever actually used the flamethrower, but the infinite wrench is a little too overpowered. It's very fast and very strong.
I wish we could use the guitar in this run. It's so powerful. It'll like, I don't remember if it one-shots those enemies that we'll see later on.
The crawling ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly. Oh, the first QTE. Nailed it. Very nice.
Oh yeah. So there's a lot of QTEs in this game, and the Switch button layout, it always like confuses me. Always, because I'm used to PS3 and Xbox, so like the Switch buttons are just always, it's a disaster to try to memorize.
It's definitely an issue when you run 3 different versions of the game.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we both do. Yeah. I think we both run all 3 versions.
All right, so I got a
console.
rapid fire 3 questions for you right now.
Oh, okay.
I want to ask them all 3 at once. Feel free to answer, I guess, as you may. One, for both of you, do you have a favorite area or encounter in the game?
Oh.
Favorite area? I have to think about that one.
Yeah.
While you think, let's go to our second one. 2, does the game, the run that we're doing here, have any upcoming skips that we're going to be having, or is it mostly just kind of execution-based and playing the game well? I do understand that a run that is about 3 hours is going to be heavily on the routing, but I know every now and again there's minor tricks that can happen.
There's really no out of bounds. It's just running the game as fast as possible.
Oh.
There is one part in much later on where you kind of like phase through a door that's supposed to take a very long time to open. But I guess that's the only thing, really.
All right. It should be neat to see how that is done. And then
it is kind of RNG. Oh,
is
sorry.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that door that you phase through, honestly, the mechanics, I don't really understand it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully we'll get to see that happen.
All right. And then last question. Why is the run on the Switch?
The Switch is actually the fastest version. It is faster than PC, somehow. Faster than the Series X. Yeah, it's the fastest. I would, if you are interested in running this game, I would highly recommend the Switch as well, just because it's probably the cheapest version other than the PC port, which you don't want. I can tell you that right now. Yeah. So right now we're holding our breath. They're introducing the hold your breath mechanic, which does not get used really at all in the game, except for in cutscenes like this.
You know what's interesting about that? You can't do it like in the first chapter because obviously you just get introduced to that mechanic.
Zach.
But if you could, like it lets you unequip your weapons. So you could like unequip and pull out a weapon, which
then we can head
when
to
you pull out a
Sheriff's
weapon,
office.
you're still walking, but it decreases your stamina. So that could be like a cool tech thing, like trick you could do. But unfortunately, it does not work in the beginning of the game. So it's not really useful after that either.
Is everything all right, Mr. Morgan?
There really isn't a stable way of playing the PC version. Yeah, it will always crash. And there are a few cutscenes you have to skip
Oh yeah, speaking
to
of
get it to
crashes,
work. Oh boy.
this version can also crash too. So we actually
Yeah.
do have to. I'm gonna make a save later on and close the game and reopen it. I'm gonna do that twice in the run, actually.
Yes. Another important thing to note is that every time you restart a run from scratch, the best thing to do is close the game and reopen it, because if you continue playing, the crash points might move, which is not great. So it's better to just start from like a clean
Did you
slate.
say the crash points move?
Yeah.
Basically, like the
They
longer
sure
you play
do.
the game, like it can just end up crashing anywhere if you just have it open for a while. So
Yeah. The longer it's running, the more likely it is to crash, I find.
Beautiful port.
Yep.
Which, I guess, neat thing that I'm aware of, just from playing the game casually and just from, talking to people, and I definitely hope you would elaborate more on this as well. For Twitch chat's knowledge here, Deadly Premonition is a very interesting game. The reason why is because seemingly every single port of this game has unique issues to that port.
Yes. Yeah, every version has a different thing. Like Toji is about to cut into this area to the left, and in this version, you don't use the siren on the grass because the car goes faster without the siren. And in the PS3 version, I think it's faster with the siren. Xbox is faster with the siren. Yeah, every version has its own little quirks,
by the
and
way, driving
they're all different.
Driving
Oh.
bad in this game.
Oh
I don't know if we
yes,
mentioned that part.
we haven't yet. So the driving in the Switch is probably the most interesting. It's imagine you're driving a car and it's just constantly hydroplaning. that's the driving in this game. One small bump to the analog stick could be fatal. Yeah, it's very interesting. The driving is the real final boss here.
I am looking down a lot, so it does
yeah,
reduce a lot of lag when you look down.
Yeah, I didn't know that up until maybe a few months ago. I'd seen a couple different runners look down at different parts of the run, and I didn't really understand why. And then Toji told me that looking down kind of reduces a lot of lag, and I think I PB'd it by maybe 5 or 10 minutes the first time I did that. So it's quite a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah.
So that
Also, right now I'm doing a little side quest.
Yes.
The goal is
very
to-
important.
Yeah, very, very important. The goal is to get that the radio, which lets you fast travel. That'll cut down on a lot of time.
A lot of time. Because if you don't have the radio, there's a lot of driving in this game. A lot.
It's wild that even with the fast travel, it still ends up being 3 hours.
Yeah.
When you fast travel, in order to be able to fast travel to places, you had to have at least been there once, or
Yes.
look through a window or something.
Yes. The other way to get fast travel for a place is to look through the window. There were a couple different routes. I mean, every runner does a couple things differently. One thing for Quint's car route is some people drive to the art gallery after getting the radio and look through the window and rest there. Toji, you go to the tree, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I fast travel to the Tree of Anna. Go to there. I think
that's faster.
Yeah.
I'm just bad at driving Quint's car.
Oh yeah. Later on, we'll be buying a Quint's car. It's like a sports car.
It's the fastest. Well, I think it's the second fastest car in the game, but it's the easiest to get early on.
And that car will just constantly veer left and right. So if you think that driving the cop car is difficult, oof.
Oh no, it gets so much worse. And yeah, Toji hasn't even flipped the car yet, so like this is looking so good.
Yeah, not yet, but it's coming. It'll happen.
There's a car flip in I think every PB that's on the board, so it's kind of a staple of the run. Not having a car flip is quite the achievement. So right now we're picking up the other quest item. We just do these 2 side quests. So the last chapter, we gave him back his dumbbell, and then that quest was over. Forgetting the dumbbell is such a run killer because you don't realize that you hadn't given it to him until you drive to his house about an hour into the run. So if you're a little absent-minded and you think you did the prompt, but you didn't, that could come back to bite you. But anyways, the flower is for George's sick mom. And later, we will go and deliver it to him, and he'll give us the radio, which is for fast travel.
Another run killer could be if George isn't at his house in order to actually get the radio from him.
Yes.
So that's a possibility. So I definitely have a safety save in case that happens. But hoping for the best.
You said you can get him to show up if you so cigarettes pass time in this game. Metal Gear stole that from this. But I thought you said if you smoke to pass time. Oh my goodness, that was fast. If you smoke to pass time, doesn't he show up? Or
So if you smoke to pass time, George will show up. But I actually discovered today during some practice that there's a chance he still might not show up.
Okay.
So there's still that little chance.
Thankfully, the chance of that happening is pretty low, so...
Yeah.
It's pretty low. So right now we are going to examine the body. They're doing an autopsy on Anna, who is a victim of a murder that York is here to solve. He is Special Agent, FBI. Francis York Morgan. And yes, we are cooperating with the law enforcement in Greenville.
Tell me, what?
So you only have to look at 4 different points here, both hands, and there are 2 points on her face. There's a 5th point, but it's actually not mandatory. It's just optional.
Sometimes I accidentally hit that 5th.
Oof.
Happens all.
Well, I didn't know about the text skip up until recently, so that's a nice 3 or 4 seconds there. Toji's gonna do some, very nice. Smooth dodging through some enemies.
Headshot that one real quick and just run past.
Oh, that's faster. I usually use the pipe there. Just because it knocks her, for sure.
Yeah, there's a
Sometimes
chance.
they're sneaky, yeah.
Yeah, there's a chance she'll start walking
They're
toward you,
sneaky.
and you have to kill it, and then it'll waste some time.
Yes. Yes, if she grabs you, the grab animation is just so long, needlessly long. It's like 30 seconds. And that adds up pretty quickly, so if you get grabbed more than once, I usually reset, but...
Oh, so here I grab an extra lollipop because there is this glitch that could happen in the game where when you're in the museum and you're following Willie the dog, there's a chance that at the beginning of that segment your like hunger meter just drops down to 0 completely.
Oh.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times. So that's why I always grab a lollipop there just in case.
I always wondered why you grabbed that. Because there is a donut earlier in the museum that you can eat, but like if you're saying it goes from kind of like a normal range to just 0?
It just instantly will give you 0. Like your hunger is, and your tired meter is also 0. It just everything goes all the way down.
There are a lot of fun quirks with this game.
Yep.
It's an interesting run for sure. So right now we're trapped in here by these vines that we will see a lot of. And the fastest way to get rid of these guys is to just smack all 3 of them with the steel pipe and then toss it. Because next we're going to the lumber mill and we'll have to pick up 2 more pipes there. Very nice.
Hopefully we can get that.
You don't need that.
Oh yeah. So I always grab that out of habit. That was the first aid kit. That's a healing item. I don't need it, I guess, but you know, just in case.
I think every time I watch one of your PBs, I'm like, what are you doing? You don't need that. You're never going to use it.
It's just it's a reflex at this point. I need it. Funny thing, I am running my splits on the side just to see my pace.
Okay.
It's a decent pace, but that chapter was a gold for me somehow.
Oh, nice. Well, I think the door unlocked really fast. Like, even though you went for the health kit, it seemed to unlock really fast.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes it just...
A while?
Yeah.
I find unequipping your weapon there seems to help a little, but...
It's hard to tell, because like that's what I thought at first too, and then sometimes it still doesn't, so like... I'm still not sure. There's still a lot of things that confuse me about this game.
Yes, there are definitely some choices in development. Yeah.
Looking down is really scary here because you can just crash into cars. I'm trying.
Yeah, there are a lot of cars that spawn here, and looking down really just improves your speed, so then you're kind of like shooting down this road blindly, and you might run into a car. Usually being like dead center in the middle of the road, you can kind of like slide past them, but it's very difficult to hold that position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially when you can't see the line at all, and you just have to assume that you're right in the middle of it. It's a time.
Yeah, I try to stay in the middle, but like, look at this car. What's going on with this?
Oh no, yeah. As soon as it starts doing the wiggle, you have to like just try to stop it and just get it to go straight. It will only make things worse by trying to fight it, so.
Oh,
Now
so
we're
I'm gonna
cutting
make
through
a quick
here.
stop at Lysander's junkyard.
Yes.
That's where we will end up buying Quint's car later on in the run. But right now I'm gonna go there first so we can unlock the fast travel there, so we can fast travel later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try this new thing where I drive straight in. See if I can.
Oh, okay. Yes, I haven't actually tried this yet. That doorway's not that big though, so.
I missed it. But if you are able to drive in there, it does save like a good, I don't know, like 10 to 20 seconds, because you're not gonna be running in here. I gotta run in there to trigger it, and I gotta run back to the car.
Yeah, you only have to cross that bar, really. And it will be added when you have fast travel.
Luckily, there's
so
no
now-
trains in this game.
I know, yeah, that would be. So now we're driving to the Tree of Anna. We're going to look at some clues that are stashed in trees for some reason, because why not? Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
That was.
Very smooth.
This part's scary, driving up these hills.
Oh, this part's so scary. This might be the most fun. The most fun section of a run, I think.
Just driving. There's a chance I can flip over.
Yeah,
so
it's.
I was trying to slow down a little bit. Just a little.
This and going down the hill afterwards when you're driving to the lumber mill and the car just goes the fastest that it does in the game.
Oh yeah,
I think the speed gets up to like 100 miles per hour or something. You are just zooming, and it some of the funniest flips, if you manage to just run into a wall or run into an invisible wall. So we talk to these two, and then we will look for some clues.
Yeah, this is kind of an unskippable sort of cutscene, I guess you would say.
Anna, she was so pretty. She had a red dress on. Her hair was shiny. Bright gold hair. There were lots of animals around her. Squirrel, weasel, and a snake. A real snake. We didn't know until then. But we know now. Anna was the fairy of the forest. She was a goddess. She smiled when she saw us. She looked so happy.
That's right, Isaiah.
Speaking of version differences, we were talking about that earlier.
I'm sure she.
On the Xbox version, I know like the game does have a difficulty setting on Xbox, but even
Yeah, it does.
yeah, but like even the easiest setting on Xbox is still kind of harder than the Switch version. Like those later on we're gonna see those enemies that will climb walls and stuff. Those take a lot more hits on Xbox than they do on the Switch.
I thought it was about the same on easy.
Let me try to remember. Now I'm.
It's been so long. Yeah.
It definitely does take a couple extra revolver shots.
Oh, okay.
So I'm shooting those trees to get the evidence out of it. If I mash quick enough, I could grab it like before it hits the ground. It's like a little faster.
Oh,
but
that's so difficult to do, though.
yeah. This last one up here is kind of easier to get it, but still kind of difficult. Shoot it. Yeah, I got that one.
Alright, now we get to do one of my favorite segments in the game.
Rolling the car down the hill.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, this is the best part.
It's super fun. I don't know why. Especially when you're looking down. Yeah.
Should I even look down?
Oh, well, I usually drive on the grass just to have like a little more traction, but it's a little wild.
It is. The car goes so fast during those turns.
Oh, that very nice. Nicely done.
Got a couple more here. Oh, I don't even press the siren when the speed goes above 60 because there's really no point.
Yeah. Usually if the speed goes above like the car's max speed, I don't use the siren. It seems to go faster, I think. It might just be me.
I'm not sure. I haven't really noticed the difference. Okay, look at that.
Well done. Very nicely done. No flips in that segment.
That was just RNG. Good RNG.
The turn signals? Somebody said that you need to turn on the turn signals and it might add to the speed. Who knows? I don't know if any of us have ever tested that.
What if?
What if? Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
Oh, this bush right here in the corner is a run killer.
Yeah, if you get stuck there, it's over.
Oh, it's over. There's no... You cannot be unstuck.
Okay, overall, pretty decent drive, I would say.
Yeah, it was really good.
So this is the lumber mill. Let's see. We're gonna get an SMG here. That's gonna be really useful throughout the run.
Yes. You definitely need it. It cuts through enemies pretty quickly. You can use it to blow off locks off of doors, break fences. Oh yeah, I was gonna... Oh, wait, hold on. This room has the locker salmon. It used to be the one food item that I would pick up in every run, but now we just use the lollipops that you start with. But there is a random plate of salmon in one of those lockers. It does not look cooked, and it's been hanging out in there for some time. There are a couple different things that respawn infinitely for some reason. There's the steel pipes that infinitely respawn. There's also a couple lollipops, I think, in the prologue
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. When I first played the game, I would just max out on those lollipops.
How many can you even hold?
I think it was 20? 20
Oh.
lollipops. Unless I'm mistaken, it was actually 99. I don't remember. I just remember grabbing as many of those as I could.
I think you only use one cigarette in the run. Because you smoke for a little bit after the diner section, and then you smoke a little bit more later to pass time before the slowest car chase of all time.
The slowest. Yep.
It is so slow.
That reminds me of another version difference, actually. Well, not much of a difference, but like on the Xbox version, later on when you do that Nick, when you're following Nick in that car follow sequence, on the Xbox version, it can just like fail. Like he will glitch, and for one frame, he'll be like 1,000 meters ahead of you, and you'll just instantly fail it on the Xbox. Luckily, that doesn't happen on the Switch version.
That doesn't happen on the 360 version, though. Or, like, when you play it on a 360, that doesn't... I've never had that happen.
I'm guessing that's probably an Xbox Series X thing, then.
Yeah, it's probably a Series X thing.
That was a weird angle to shoot at, but
yeah, nicely done, though. There's going to be another clue coming up in a second.
Right here. It's funny, when you press B on that spot, like the character animation like glitches out. It's like the only place in the game where that happens, even though there's like like the place, you can't like interact with it yet, but somehow I think the game thinks that there's something there, even though there isn't. Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Oh, try unequipping the submachine gun here.
Fast.
I think it does change the scene faster.
Interesting.
No, this is from, I think this game came out in 2011. This is just the Switch port. Oh, I don't know if you did it. If you,
right, yeah.
Yeah, if you hug the wall there, you can get that guy stuck in the wall, so when you come back, he's a little less to deal with.
I think, yeah, I didn't hug the wall enough, so we'll find out if that enemy's stuck in the wall. Probably not.
You've been getting really good RNG this run.
Ooh, almost got grabbed. Do you see it?
Where is he?
Yeah,
Where is he? Oh, too bad.
I think it's the first time where you gotta wiggle the analog stick.
Yes.
Gonna be a lot of those in the run later on.
There's yes.
Yep.
I don't think you have to wiggle it as fast as it's showing on the screen, though. I think just like as long as the time is consistent, it's fine.
Yeah.
For the Kaysen second phase, I was able to just like wiggle it back and forth really slowly, just keeping time, and it seemed to be just as fast, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I definitely don't need to wiggle it as fast as I do, but
I always do in this section, though. It's just like the nervousness of being grabbed. There's a chase section coming up where you have to wiggle it back and forth.
oh yeah. That was the raincoat killer, by the way. I don't know if we ever even talked about what that was.
But yeah, that's the raincoat killer. He's the mysterious person we've been running into.
You're gonna have to hide from him in a moment.
Yes. Now this is one of the hide sections. I think there are three or four.
I
think three.
I lost count now.
There are three of them. Oh, make sure your stamina's not max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have too much stamina there, you'll like fail this because your stamina's gonna go up and up while I'm hiding here, and there's nothing you can do to bring it down.
Yes. Yeah, if your stamina's maxed out there or reaches max somewhere in this segment, you'll just leave your hiding spot and get axed. So that's not great.
Jay, do you know any fun facts about this game?
Fun facts? Well, I know they added the zombies later. Because they were getting pressure from the publisher, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Wasn't the whole like shooting mechanic not even like supposed to be a thing at first, or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I see Disco Bry in chat. Disco Bry will know. He is the resident Deadly Prem expert in my community. Oh, Disco Bry says Emily was modeled after actress Naomi Watts.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Does look like her a little bit.
It does. All right, we can leave now.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, the first chase sequence. These are probably my least favorite part of the game. You really have to be careful for that platform specifically, because if you are mashing the... what button is it? It's the A button on the Switch. If you mash the A button early, before you can actually climb it, when you do climb it, you'll get stuck. And you will fail the mission.
Yeah, it's a strange glitch that happens. I think it's happened to me like once or twice. So I'm like always paranoid about pressing the button too fast there. I was so paranoid I made a safety save just in case it happened in this room, but thankfully not yet. Or it didn't happen.
Oh, don't say not yet.
I mean, that was ominous. Oops. Looks like I will be getting grabbed though. Oh
yeah, yeah. That was... He was fast this time. Nicely done. This second part is my least favorite as well, though.
Notice how he slowly opens that door.
Yeah. Very slowly. No, we're not in any kind of hurry. No imminent danger.
Not being chased or anything. Nope. Just casually opening that door.
Oh, yes. That's exactly the reason why I hate this segment is if
you just get hit like that. I don't know if it's random.
Yeah.
Or what.
I don't know. I feel like if you're not wiggling the stick fast enough, then they hit you, and yes. So now we're gonna get on an elevator, and then there will be a QTE that is just the bane of everyone's existence when you're playing this for the first time. Because I think it's five buttons long, and it barely gives you any time. Luckily, it doesn't change. So, if you know the sequence, you are good to go.
Should be Y. Oh, what I didn't mention is I did change my button layout on the controller or in the game system. So like A is B and B is A. And
oh, okay.
It's interesting because like some things in the game will change, but some things still stay the same. So it's kind of weird.
Not everything changes. Actually, I have a little note card in front of my desk that has, so this specific QTE is different on every single console. So for the Switch, it's wiggling the stick, and then Y, then B, then right bumper, and then A, but it's not that sequence for every other console, so it's my little cheat sheet.
That's a smart idea. Maybe I should do that. I know there's like one of those QTEs where you have to press R and he kind of like strafes to the right. On the Xbox version, there is actually like strafing. It's tank controls on the Xbox version.
Yeah. The Xbox version is probably my least favorite for that reason.
Let's go back and show them what we found.
It's a little tougher to get around. I mean, once you play the Switch version and you're just running around in circles, it just feels so much better.
Yeah, it's definitely more fluid. And the 360 version has its tank controls and then switches to 3D controls with like a fixed camera for no reason sometimes.
Oh yeah, when you're going downstairs and stuff.
The stairs, yeah. And that always throws me.
I'll make arrangements for people.
All right, so now we're going to the community center, and we are going to question all of the citizens.
We're going to make a quick stop along the way, though.
Yes.
Before we get there.
We need fast travel, and also we don't have to be there until 3 p.m. the next day. So we will get fast travel and then pass some time by sleeping for a very long time. Gonna take like a good old 18-hour nap.
Just a short 18-hour nap.
Just a short 18-hour nap. And wake up absolutely starving and just a single lollipop. We will eat a single lollipop, and that's it. That's the only thing that you have to feed York in this entire run. In this 3-hour, like 20-minute run. Just a lollipop.
That's all he needs. That's all the nutrition he needs.
That's all he needs. Yeah.
So it's not raining in this section, which is great, which means George will be at his house.
Yes.
Which means we could get the radio and it should be good. There's another part of the game where if it rains, you'll lose time, which is a little later on, right before we go to buy the car. Hopefully it's not raining then either. Because when it rains in this game, a lot of shops are closed, a lot of, I guess, you just can't interact with, a lot of places are just closed when it rains.
They don't like the rain. No? Nobody likes going out in the rain. That's part of the game's lore as well, but because the raincoat killer comes out when it's raining, so people don't like going out when it's raining. All right, we got the radio.
All right. I'm gonna fast travel to the Trivana to go to sleep. It's so on the Switch version, that is the fastest thing to do. Is you just fast travel to Trivana. But on the Xbox version, it's a little different. It's actually faster to fast travel to the hotel and go to sleep in your bed in the hotel. Because of load times. The Xbox Series X's load times are so fast.
Oh, yeah.
So that's that's one of the main, that's a big difference.
So you look at the load times on this, and before anybody had done a Series X run, I think a few people had kind of looked at it and looked into it. Schmumbler, who is a Silent Hill runner, had posted, I think that he had sent a video of the loading times in the Series X, and it is a second. It's insanely fast. But funny that version isn't the fastest.
It's still, I really don't understand it, because I thought that the Xbox Series X version would be the fastest version of the game because the load times are just so fast, but somehow, I don't know, there's just something different about the Switch version. I really don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like the Switch, there are moments where like the Switch version just feels like it runs faster. I don't know how to explain it. It's so strange. Even though like it lags like everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, if it's not raining in this section right here, it's a little faster. It's like, I know there's a little
just
cloudy.
a tiny bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. But,
the lag in this street particularly is pretty rough. You have to be pretty careful when you leave the police station, because you might hit a lag spike, you might not, and you might just run into a tree. Because the car will not behave the way it's expected to.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna question some folks. Someone in chat said that the texture size is probably way smaller. You might be right on that, to be honest.
So,
And that might be why it's faster. Do you have to talk to Quint and his dad in this section?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
That's how I've been doing it. Have you tried?
Okay.
Have you tried not doing it?
No. I thought you skipped over them.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I talked to basically everyone.
Yes.
I feel like when I first started running it, I think I tested it out, but I can't remember now. Maybe I don't know. I'm pretty sure you have to talk to everyone. Pretty sure.
You know,
Yeah, that would be a big thing to miss.
you, soldier of...
Well, not.
I'm gonna buy some SMG ammo here. We need that later on.
Yes. Very important that you buy as much as you can. We'll do that a couple times in the run.
You think there's some... Who's your favorite Deadly Premonition character? Toji.
Agent Francis York Morgan.
York is your favorite?
Yeah, I mean he's just so weird. I don't know. Like
I mean,
like
yeah.
the guy.
I think Keith is my favorite, the rockabilly guy.
Oh, that guy's cool. Oh, he's really
Yes.
cool.
Yes. He has a side quest where he tells you ghost stories and points a flashlight at his face with the lights off. It's fantastic.
York also has the really cool theme song.
That's true.
Ekdices, what's your favorite Deadly Premonition character?
Yes.
York.
All right, then. Let's
Oh,
It's
nice.
York.
Yeah, he has the theme
Nice.
song. I like his theme
Yeah.
song.
Nice.
back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Sadly, we don't get to hear that song very much. We will when for the fishing. That's like the only extended time we get to listen to the whistle song.
Oh no, I'm talking about the it's like the really like jazzy one.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
the haunted saxophone song.
Oh, by the way, in that section, so it gave you the option to, if you want to go to the diner or not. In the run, it is faster to go to the diner because later on we're gonna have to go there anyway. So it'll enable us to fast travel there later. Also, it refuels, it gives you, fills up your hunger bar too. So that's nice.
Yes. Free food.
Can't say no to that.
Mm-hmm. Now we get a pop quiz.
That's
There are a
right.
couple of
We found
these.
the same red seed in her mouth.
It's just
That's right.
basically a refresher
Still
of
haven't healed.
what's happened so far,
Combining this with
what
the
kind of
other
clues
two
you've gathered,
people came into contact with Anna's body,
Um,
to it being discovered.
plot. Just a little refresher. This game is pretty long, I think, for a casual playthrough.
A round object.
Probably about like 40 hours,
Peace mark.
40 or 50.
The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo.
If you're going for everything and doing side quests.
These two could well be related.
Yeah, it's about how long it took me on PC. Actually, no, a little bit, maybe a little bit longer because of the crashes every like hour.
Yes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I did manage. I did manage the 100% it on PC.
Which is quite the achievement. Yeah, sadly the PC port was my very first stream game. So I had to deal with a whole bunch of crashes. That was great.
This door can be a little finicky.
Oh, yeah. I find the best thing to do is just aim for the middle and kind of slide to the right. Well, just mashing.
Yeah, just mashing the whole time.
Yeah. Alright, meet another character. He is a sapling salesman.
Let's see, is it going to be raining?
Oh, fingers crossed.
Oh, doesn't look like it.
So close. Overcast, but...
But that's good enough for Lysander.
Somebody's asking what the story in the run so far is. So you were sent here by the FBI to work on a murder case. When you did an autopsy, there were a bunch of red seeds, and that is specifically the kind of cases that you've been working on. They're all kind of connected, I guess. But they don't really explain that too much in this game. And I think that's the only murder that's taken place at this point. Right? Yes.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, Anna is the only murder victim.
This car is insane to control, just saying.
Yeah. The handling is awful.
The music is nice, though.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I'm really, really not good at driving with this car. It's entirely different from the police cruiser.
Oh yeah,
it's like
very
learning
different.
to drive again.
No reply.
It's funny, Quint's car is actually easier to drive on the Xbox version. It controls like Usha, I think Usha's car on the Xbox version controls like Quint's car on the Switch version.
Oh.
Which, yeah, it's really interesting. I wonder if they like somehow messed up the car files or something when they ported the game.
It could be. Yeah, I don't think the Quint's car route has only really been around for maybe two years, I want to say. So I think the last time I ran the Xbox version, I wouldn't have picked it up. But I didn't know that, actually.
So now I'm gonna sleep for 9 hours and then go to the diner. If so, in the last chapter, if it was raining and I wasn't able to buy the car, this would actually be the best, like the earliest opportunity where you can get the car again. So what you would do is you just sleep here and then fast travel to Lysander's and grab the car. That's a little backup. But thankfully we don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't think you lose too much time if you have to drive here in the cruiser, but you definitely need Quint's car for the driving section when you're driving to George's house. Because there's so much lag in that section when it's raining, Quint's car, it's the only time Quint's car is actually very easy to drive and handles like a normal car.
I get.
They close it.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette here just to make time pass. Just a little bit.
I'm seeing some chat in some talk in chat about what version this version the Switch port is based on. I think it's closest to the PS3, to be honest, but just minus the director's cut cutscenes. The controls are the same as the PS3. The coloring, some of the menu art. The 360 version is like, it looks different visually. Like all of the colors look off when you go to play it after playing this version.
Yeah, whichever version you're used to, the other version's gonna look a little strange. It's like, I remember seeing the health bar. It just looks so different. Okay, well, we got the first car flip. There we go.
The first flip of the run. Oh, come on. Needs to. There we go.
How does he
And
just
how long-
flip that?
Well, it'll despawn eventually and kind of dump you out on the road.
No. York totally unflips it with his mind.
Oh,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
Maybe Zach does it.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
Let's see, where are we driving to now? We're going to Becky's house.
Yes.
So just to see what's going on over there. I forget the exact story.
I think Quint called you here. That's in the quiz later.
Oh no. I'm gonna fail the quiz.
Oh no. Yeah, Quint called us here, I guess. another surprise. There are a couple surprise QTs in here that are just so evil for new players.
You never expect it, just out of nowhere.
Nope. It does not play nice in that regard. Luckily, it's usually just the 3 bottom buttons, so it's a very rarely ever X. Oh, I hate that so much when it's just one bullet.
Yeah, I tried to go faster, ended up missing out. Yeah, and I was too close to it to shoot, so I had to back up.
I just do it off of the sound, and sometimes it was just I wasn't holding it quite long enough.
Speaking of one bullet that you mentioned, I don't know if you noticed.
Do you have one bullet?
Just one bullet, yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Do I need this
Very
health
nice.
kit?
No.
I totally need it.
The enemies are coming out of the wall, yes. Not sure why. That's definitely never explained. Sometimes they come out of the floor, too. Yep. Oh. All right. Get to hide again.
Yep.
I can't remember if he finds you if you hide under the table. Like if you do pick that spot. It's pretty funny though, you stick out like a sore thumb, so.
Was the table the spot right next? No, wait, what was the spot right in front of us when we first entered that door? Because I know hiding in that spot is slower. It's like,
oh,
it's like a couple
okay.
seconds slower, yeah.
Oh, you're getting a really good pattern though. Yeah, he didn't even stop to look in the locker. That's pretty good.
He'll look in the other.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Sorry, I'm usually in that locker that he's looking in.
I wonder if it would be faster to hide in the other one.
I don't think it makes any difference.
I only hide in this one because it's closer to the door. Even though it barely makes any difference.
Yeah. All right. Now another chase sequence.
Yep. Look, Luckily, this is a pretty short one compared to the rest.
And it's really easy. I don't think you even have to push any boxes around or anything.
Nope, you can just mash the button the whole time, pretty much.
Yep, and we're done. Oh.
I pressed start way too many times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can kind of sneak by that guy.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes you have to wait for him to move a little bit, but you got that right away. Now we find the second murder victim. Well, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I needed that.
You need that. One thing I'll point out is Toji saves in this next chapter, but I am paranoid that it's going to crash, and I usually save and restart at the beginning of this chapter.
I'm always worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried, but...
I mean, that's a worry.
Yeah, no, it's a legitimate concern. I'm gonna save like right outside this store called the Milk Barn.
Oh, and you got community center? You're just getting all the good RNG today.
Wow, that's that's pretty good.
Yeah, they can be in two different places, either the Tree of Anna or at the community center, and community center's faster.
So yeah, I'm gonna save out here, and then I'm gonna exit the game and then open it up again so that we can avoid a crash.
Very important. And then the other part where you would save and exit is during the clock tower section. Alright, so now we are going to meet the twins at the community center, and they have something important for us. They have an item that was entrusted to them. And then we're going to get a quiz.
Oh no, not a quiz.
I know, another one.
According to...
I have a feeling I might actually forget one.
That's
of
right.
these.
The art gallery.
I hope not. It's happened before.
Gallery.
I hit the wrong thing on accident.
Towards Olivia. Almost as though
Let's
she
see,
saw
hopefully
Olivia
not.
in the dark. So who... That's right. It was Quint, Becky's boyfriend. He went to her house and saw the tragedy. Now, about Becky's murder. I'm embarrassed and mortified. Killer struck again while we were on the case. That's right. We found a sketchbook in Becky's room. She had apparently written a letter to her sister Diane.
If you mash fast enough, you can skip kind of some of the dialogue in this sections, but it's pretty difficult to do.
Carol offered to take the items to Diane, but the twins
Mash?
refused.
What do you mash?
They gave them
Start and A.
Oh, okay.
Just like alternately.
Because I only mash start there.
That's right.
I wonder if
okay.
there's a difference. I wonder if it might be faster to do it your way.
Linked to both Nick
I'll
and
have to
Casey,
test that out.
the elegant owner of the art gallery. Zach, that's our next move. We'll start with Diane.
Okay, pass the quiz.
Flying colors. Nice. What chapter is that? Is it chapter 13 or
That
12?
was chapter 11. Now we're in 12.
Okay. Yes. There are 26 chapters total. But the later chapters they go by pretty fast.
Oh, that's right. We're in this chapter now.
Mm-hmm.
The long follow sequence. It's like about 6 minutes long.
It's a tailing mission. That is, yeah, it's just very boring.
Yep.
Is this the tailing mission that potentially, like, if you're on the Series X version, it could just like break?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Literally for one frame, Nick will just end up being like 1,500 yards away, and he'll just instantly fail.
He's driving really fast.
So fast.
It's wild to think about. So, I do know that, especially with tailing missions, you always have the fun of waiting, but I guess how lenient is the tailing in this? Like, how close or far are you allowed to be?
You can be about, like, I think the limit is 250, I think. 240, something like that.
But...
And how
go
close
ahead.
you can be, yeah, it's like, I don't remember exactly how close. It was like 40 meters or 30 meters.
Well, yeah, I think it's 30.
And if you're in the yellow, like when you get too close and when it shows the numbers in yellow, if you turn on your siren, you'll automatically fail.
Yes. Yeah, like Toji could use the siren right now and it wouldn't. Yeah. Living on the edge. Oh. I like to stay between, I think, 150 and 200. And the reason for that is because if you are, I think it's 120 or 110, if you're that close to Nick, then the cars will spawn in front of him, and they are slower than Nick, and that doesn't help you in a speedrun. So to make the cars spawn behind Nick, we stay that far away.
I think it's around 150 yards where the cars will end up spawning behind him, something like that. But yeah, I like to stay around 200 yards anyway. I also do look down here a lot because you could potentially save like 20 to 30 seconds just looking down just in this section alone.
It's a lot. I think ideally, if you could just look down the entire time, that would probably save the most time, but it's pretty difficult to drive not knowing where you're going.
And also, I'm afraid of being like too far away from him, so like I'm always just looking at
Yeah.
the distance.
This section is definitely one where you want to look up periodically, just to be safe.
Nick goes pretty slow the whole time, but like sometimes he'll speed up just a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes he gets the zoomies. Someone's asking, why does looking down save time?
Lag reduction, basically.
Yeah.
The game is just so laggy on Switch.
Yeah. I don't know if it, like, unloads any assets. It might. I don't know, though. I couldn't answer that.
Yeah, I don't know the technical side of it, but definitely speeds things up a little bit. Yeah, the game's frame rate will just drop to like, it'll just go so low, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's choppy. It's not, it's actually, to be fair, so the PS3 version, I feel like it has even worse frame rate than the Switch version. But from what I tested, it doesn't seem like looking down does anything on PS3. I'm still not sure 100%, but it doesn't feel like it does anything on PS3.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't run that version for a while either. Somebody asked another question. Which car is the worst car in the game? And I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. I don't think I can even list all the cars.
The police, so you can either drive the cruiser or the SUV, and the SUV is actually 5 miles per hour slower. I think they handle the same, though.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge, by the way, that the way you're talking about Deadly Premonition, you're not saying that this version is better, you're just saying that the other version is worse. There's no better with this game.
Yeah. There is no good version, let's be honest.
Unfortunately, yeah.
While we're driving, I guess just have fun for a moment. For people who don't know about this game is really weird because by no merits is Deadly Premonition traditionally a good game. Like, I love this game. I think this game's amazing. I think it's a very quality game. But, yeah, we've been talking about, like, the driving being buggy. The Switch version, we have to reset the run, like, what, 3 times because it crashes?
No, only twice.
Oh, only twice. How sorry of me. What else do we have? We have the PC version just breaking at the seams unless you, like, put in a bunch of patches.
Yeah.
By the way, there is a fix on PC called DP Fix, which does not fix the crashes. Just saying.
No. And if you're trying to set it up on Steam and you're looking at guides on how to get it set up, what works for somebody might not work for you. It's kind of trial and error and trying different guides until you find the guide that works for you. So it's a hassle to get the PC port working for sure.
But all things considered with this game, it's a very charming game, and I think this game is really good. It's silly, but it's a really good game.
Yeah, I really like it. I think since you brought that up, Ek, I think it has a Guinness World Record for most polarizing reviews. When it came out, it either got great reviews or terrible reviews, and really nothing in between.
Well, I know one of the big issues about this game is that I remember I did this game casually in recent times. Also, before that, actually, can you talk about this fight? Because I know casually this fight's a pain.
Oh, yes. You got very lucky there, Toshi.
I listen, I don't know how
I was sweating.
That was scary.
So, I guess just to ask, why does the pipe do so much against this enemy?
I really don't know.
Pipe is good.
All
Yes.
right.
Oh, that's all.
For context,
Yeah.
from someone who's done the game casually and, just kind of telling, I guess, everyone here, that enemy locks in the arena, you have to kill it, and what happens is the game's gonna say, like, she's gonna crawl towards you, and then she'll teleport, and she'll grab you, and you're just like, dodge the grab, it's just a shooter, and then, like, it's like 7 phases of that.
Yeah.
But the pipe
If you use the SMG for that enemy, it's just gonna constantly,
yes.
go through phases over and over again like a dozen times. It's insane.
I think, it's like 1 for each bullet or every 2 bullets. It'll take a really long time with the SMG.
Thankfully,
it's also... sorry, go ahead. It's really hard to gauge if she's close enough to grab you as well. You might think you're far enough back that you can get a shot in, but she might still grab you anyways.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky.
And sometimes the hit with the pipe misses. Like, that's what happened to me in the beginning. It missed somehow. Usually when you back up enough, it'll hit. But I was probably just too close. That's all that happened there. But the pipe is good, and then later on, we're actually going to get a revolver, and that will take care of those enemies too.
They get more health later. So in this section, it only takes 2 hits with the steel pipe. Later, it will take 3. But if you switch to the Magnum, the revolver that we're getting, it's just 2 shots with the Magnum. The other thing to note is you can only hit her when she's not invincible. So, I forget what she looks like. She changes color, I guess.
Kind of goes transparent a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed, because I'm assuming, obviously, speed reasons, but there's an army of flies around York right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We just collect them.
Yeah. Good answer.
They're there.
You can clean your suit in the game, but we don't have time for that.
No.
Speedrunning
it does... Oh, sorry. It does, you do lose money for being stinky, by the way.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, just like in real life. I don't know how that applies. Never mind.
Oh, smooth. Very nice.
Smooth, but I keep pausing. I don't know if you noticed, Jade. I'm just constantly accidentally pausing it.
Nah, you haven't done it that much. Funny thing about the flies is you can kind of like gain flies throughout the game, but there's one part where York goes to the hospital after the clock tower, and the flies disappear for some reason. But then they're back in full force afterwards. They're just taking a nap.
Right. So I don't know if this is meant to be a joking comment or this is a sincere one, but I'm gonna read it anyway here. Someone just typed flies equals frames, and question: do the flies affect the frame rate of the game?
I don't know. I've never actually thought about that. I usually keep
them out, and they're there for a while.
I usually keep them because it's funny, but
it is.
It is interesting actually, because that I know that's been mentioned before in the past. I think Farouk has mentioned that. Maxi has mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how we would look into that though. That would take some insane testing to figure out.
Yeah.
Which I guess off topic, but in terms of like, so we're talking about York not showering in I guess GDQ. I don't know if you noticed on like Twitter, there's the shower bots during the GDQ events.
On Twitter or
yeah, on Twitter. There's like it's a fan made account that just reminds people, hey, it's been this long during the events.
Oh, oh no.
That's a good reminder.
People are good about it though, but it's topic.
Oh, nice.
The pipe just puts in work here.
It really does.
By the way, this enemy is the only one that faces this direction. That's why I'm on this side instead of the other side.
Yes.
So with these pipe hits as well, how tight is the timing?
As long as the enemy is like, it comes out of that, what do you call it?
Invincibility?
Like invincibility? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually fine. Like if you're too close, sometimes you'll miss, but that's why like I'll swing a second time, sometimes just to be safe, like just to be sure that I'll hit her. The timing isn't too bad though. I've noticed there is kind of like a sort of like a slow cycle with these enemies sometimes where when they spawn, they'll just not, like they'll stay invincible for a little longer. And if one of them does that, then like all of them do that. So it is kind of like a strange cycle, but I think I got a good cycle this time.
Now you do something with the revolver later, is they don't actually go to grab you the second time? I don't know how you do that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like they don't like go for a grab the second time?
Well, they do, let's see, I do the first
They just kind of like squirm.
Oh, well, I mean, I just shoot them like really fast, like the instant they come out of their invincibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that is. If I did wait, they would try to grab me, but yeah, no. With the revolver, like I just try to shoot as fast as possible.
I'm always worried I'm gonna run out of revolver bullets, so I don't chance it, but maybe I should.
There are a couple points where you can, there's like a section where one of the crates that you shoot drops revolver bullets. Not always though. Sometimes it'll drop SMG or, well, okay, it drops any ammo, right? But like if you get lucky, then, you know, sometimes you get revolver. Yeah, so you gotta get lucky there. So yeah, it just look kind of scary if you use too much ammo. Oh, this is another kind of auto-scroller section. We're just following the dog.
Yes.
So,
Willie.
We've had Deadly Premonition 2 here on the past, and Deadly Premonition 2 had the, I want to say, 15 minutes of following the dog. Does this game have 15 minutes of following the dog?
Yes.
Oh no.
It's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah, later on. I mean, we're following the dog now. This section isn't too long, but later on, yeah, a lot longer dog follow sequence.
I do love the music during the second one, though. But also, I guess going to hear, how RNG is this auto-scroller? Like, does the dog, like, do certain animations that take longer? Does it like, go faster sometimes?
I don't think so.
Same thing each time, as long as you stay close to the dog. Actually, in the beginning, when I started running this game in the beginning, like, for this section right here, I would just immediately run to the door. And I wouldn't realize that the dog wasn't following me there. So I had to, like, run back to the dog just to get him.
That room specifically, if you don't wait for him, he'll just wait at the door.
So yeah, as long as you stay close to the dog, you're good.
I've just been here.
see what's coming up next. So before, when we were asked to go to the diner, we agreed to do that. This time, we're not going to agree to go for a drink. We're not in the mood.
This split is just named No George for me because I always accidentally choose to hang out with him, and you lose about a minute and a half. It's pretty bad.
It's so long. You have to like talk to him and then talk to.
Yes.
Who's it you have to talk to again? There was another person you got to talk to.
Is it Thomas or?
No, I think or his sister or Thomas's sister. I think.
Carol.
Yeah, Carol. Oh, by the way, in this section, so you notice that like there was the waypoint right behind me.
Yes.
What I do is I run to the car first and then drive to the waypoint because later on, if I don't sit in the car, then when in the beginning of the next chapter, what I'll have to do is run all the way to the car and then get out of the car, and it's just like it's slightly slower. So by running to the car now, it's a little bit faster. Basically.
Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene.
Oh yeah, another quiz. I almost messed that up. I forgot it was Case, right?
Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Casey's statement came out as follows.
This is a pretty long quiz, I think, too.
The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day.
Yeah, it's like another minute.
That Diane met with Nick in her room.
Or actually,
well, because Emily shows up afterwards.
Right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yes.
All those cutscenes.
A lot of cutscenes to skip.
Me too. Usher sent
what a nice photo of York.
He found a large volume
He's so happy.
in Diane's stomach.
Yeah.
I can make a good profile pic.
I just love that every cutscene here has the flies just lingering in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. They're just having like these wonderful, lovely conversations and just flies everywhere.
Flies, yeah. Nobody seems to notice them either, which is kind of odd, but...
Maybe if they're just too polite to say anything.
Probably.
Well, no one seems to notice the zombies either.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. Something's not quite right about this town. I think there's something going on, honestly.
You might be right there.
So for this section, it doesn't matter which doors you go through. You just gotta go through it. Was it 6 times?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Was it 5? Yeah.
This one, and then he'll be right, and yeah, there you go.
So I don't know if it's come up yet in the game, but I know it was mentioned in the beginning of the run, so I want to bring it up. But how do you both feel about the Sinner's Sandwich?
I have never actually eaten it, but I know other people have, and they said it's actually not that bad.
It's delicious.
Yeah. I've never tried it either, but I saw you do it on your stream, Ecdysis.
It's an amazing sandwich. Wait, do we watch the? Do we skip the cutscene, or is it forced to play out?
Oh, it's passed already. The Sinner Sandwich cutscene. Oh yeah.
But anyway, for the reference for Twitch chat here, the Sinner Sandwich is like an in-game. I don't know if it's meant to be a joke or if it's meant to just be a thing. Maybe he just wanted to spread his sandwich takes to the world. But in the game, they kind of mention, "Oh, York, you should order the special. It's the Sinner Sandwich, which is a sandwich consisting of white bread, turkey,
cornflakes,
and strawberry jam." It doesn't mention specifically cornflakes, but it's cereal. It's a general cereal.
Yeah, yeah. That's my guess.
The main thing is it has to be crunchy. It's a texture thing.
I gotta try that sometime.
It's good.
I mean, if you say it's delicious, yeah, I guess I'll have to try it.
It is a good sandwich.
Oh, that's a car.
Oh, that didn't end as well or as badly as it could have.
Yeah, normally it would just fly up in the air like 50 feet, but for this section, like the frame rate is so high now. I'm not used to controlling the car when the frame rate's so
high. Richard says he knows what he's eating for dinner tonight now. All right.
I'm just saying, it's good.
You're not eating it now, are you?
No, I'm eating sushi.
Oh, yeah. oh, nice.
Nice.
Here, Michael is doing the a most elaborate way to open a door. He just like smacks his hand on the piano and then the door opens. And the next time you come here, he will do it again, but the piano will turn the other way, and then the mansion's layout is different somehow. So, I don't know the answer to that one.
I just kind of love York slamming into every single door.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, when you get a slow door, it's very painful.
Yeah, some doors, like, you'll enter it, but he'll just stop. Like, he'll just stop moving for a second just so it can load. Those are always funny to see.
Fun fact is that you need those 3 specific umbrellas, but it actually doesn't matter what order you put them in.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad. When I did this game casually, I felt like I was, oh, I got it first try. Oh god, I did it. And now it's like, oh, it didn't matter.
Ruin the illusion.
The illusion of gameplay. We're actually going back to the favorite character question. I don't remember the guy, but not counting York, I love the guy who goes, "So says Mr. Stewart" every time.
That's Michael.
Yeah, I like
that's
Michael.
The guy who opened the door with the piano.
We'll bring it up once again. The Switch version is because it is the fastest version of the game, because every version of this game has its own case of problems, and the Switch has the least case of problems. It doesn't have no problems, it has the least amount of problems.
Well, I think the PS3 version is actually the most stable, but the controls are kind of clunky, and it doesn't seem... I think the frame rate is lower.
Good lord.
Maybe.
See that card?
Yeah.
The frame rate...
Nice save, though.
The map loaded in, you've launched like 3 times.
Yep. Yeah.
This game is nuts sometimes.
Have we hit any of the resets yet, or the restarts yet?
Oh, you mean like turning off the game?
Yeah.
Back on? We did one so far.
Just once.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one more left.
Oh, this part I hate.
That was, kind of bad RNG. Actually, that was kind of slow coming in. Oh, you know, I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Okay,
what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, no! No, that's what...
Listen,
oh, no, that's what... Oh, no.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, here's what I was thinking, right? I saw that blue shiny, and I wanted to pick it up. That's about it. That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they drop SMG ammo there, actually, but it wasn't that enemy, and I got confused for a second. That was what I was gonna go for, but it's okay. You know, it worked out. At least I didn't get grabbed. That would have been worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially with all 3 of them. The worst is getting grabbed by the middle one, and then you kind of pinned by the other two.
It's like, yeah, the second you stand up and the next one will grab you.
Learning the countryside
That could
version
happen
of
too.
common sense the hard way, Zach.
My ammo, I'm gonna have like low ammo though, but I might have to use the. We'll see. I might have to use the pistol at some point. Actually, I could buy ammo early.
There's a part where you can buy ammo, like right now. I usually buy ammo in that little room.
I could.
I am not as good at conserving bullets, and I run out in the like Harry's Mansion Otherworld.
The second spot, like this, there's a fight that you do, and the second fight is when I will run out of ammo if I use it. I have a feeling I might run out, but we'll see.
Okay.
Someone asked, why is York moving so fast?
He's a man on a mission.
Well, I can actually tell you why. It's because he's flying through the game.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh no.
Yeah. So this is so here we have a very intricate puzzle sequence right here. Just pushing these statues.
I guess as a general speedrunning question really quick, do you have this all in your brain, or do you have like notes that help you out with this?
The only notes I have are like, let's see, I have in the beginning of chapters, if I have to like fast travel to somewhere, I have a note that says fast travel here, and that's about it.
You have one note for the whole game.
Well, no, there's like 2 or 3 of them. There's the one where you radio to the milk barn, because I always forgot that one, and then fast travel to the sheriff's department. There's a couple of those, but yeah, that's it for my notes. For this, like, yeah, I have this stuff memorized. I used to have notes for this in the very beginning.
Yeah, same. I just have a few things now, and they're mostly names for my splits, like the number. The answer to this puzzle is the split name for this. Yeah.
Oh no, my splits are pretty boring. It's just chapter 1 all the way to 26.
The split names though are how I remember where I'm supposed to be going next.
For this part right here, there's always a cutscene after you push them in the right spot. And when you mash start too early, you can get that start menu opening up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so weird because like you want to mash it fast, because if you mash it fast, you won't see the cutscene at all.
Yeah, it'll just, you'll be standing there.
But yeah, but then you run the risk of like opening up the start menu, so it's a little difficult to like figure out exactly how to do that optimally.
There's a point in the prologue when you can do that too, and it usually just kind of, I am not expecting it, so I'll keep pressing start and I'll over menu.
So we're out of that mansion. We'll be back there soon.
So we go to see the sheriff's department, and We're looking for the files that Harry mentioned.
Are you noticing more flies, or is it just me?
Oh, they accumulate 100%, so probably. So this section is just us finding the clues. Like there's a broken safe. Forget what the other two clues are. One of them's really stupid though. It's the clue is drops of water. What a clue.
What a clue.
Very helpful. Not that there's like blood and vines and all kinds of things in this section. The red seed I understand. Because that's kind of been a part of the plot thus far, but...
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
Dried drops of water. Even more helpful.
What could that mean?
I know.
It's all a real mystery.
Real mystery. Oh, you know, we're coming up to a lovely part of the game.
Yes.
This is some fishing we're gonna do.
Oh god, no, not the fishing.
Yes, the fishing.
So, as a speedrunner, what exactly can you do to make the fishing section better? Because I guess just for the real gist of it, this is a section where you need to get evidence from the lake, and it's awkward to use a fishing mechanic.
Yes.
You hope that you hope that the prompt pops up.
It's all RNG, really. But the point that you want to select is you want to pick, I think it's the present. If you hit the A button, then it'll land on the suitcase.
Oh.
Briefcase. Oh,
wow.
That was smooth. That was really, really good.
I thought it was too
now
late.
I feel kind of silly because that was instant. That was immediate.
Yeah.
Well, no. Look, there was some luck involved there because the prompt for the fishing actually showed up. Because sometimes the RNG can be so bad where you'll throw the thing.
Oh, like 3 different cycles.
Yeah, it's
of just
insane.
waiting.
Sometimes it can be insane. That was just really lucky.
Yeah, sometimes the game's like, actually, I want to make your run 1.5 minutes longer for no reason. Just today.
And thankfully, there's only one fishing section in the end.
Yes, thankfully. It is very fun, but not in a speedrun.
There is a category that has more fishing involved. Doing all the side quests in the game.
Oh no.
You have to fish in those.
Oh, no.
7 different fishing sections.
7?
7. And each one worse than the other.
I'm sighing a lot because at one point I was routing it and it was just making my brain hurt so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Jade, I may or may not have a secret.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, that's when, yeah. I hadn't been running the game for very long, so I'm sure it would be a little different now, but...
So I have done some off-stream runs.
Oh, okay.
It's oh shoot, I went the wrong way.
No.
I forgot where I was going.
Wrong way. Yeah.
It's always left too. See, now I
Yeah.
should put that in my notes. That should definitely be my notes.
Left and then right and then right.
7 hours, by the way, Jade.
Is it 7? I figured 7 or 8 hours.
So, I never submitted or anything because I wasted about 40 minutes of fishing just from terrible RNG. So it could be a lot quicker.
Huh. Well, I mean, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, why am I forgetting where to go every time?
Yeah, you should submit that. I think the only reason Maxie took that off of the board is because nobody did it, so.
Yeah, maybe I will. This section right here. Oh, see, I don't have a lot of ammo now, so I might actually run out of ammo. I'm gonna. I don't know if I should. Maybe I should be a little more careful. There is an optimal way of doing this that I don't remember.
Nice shot. Great.
Oh, there goes my ammo.
I like standing on the stairs for that part, because they can't go up the stairs. You can just kind of pick them off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you stand on the stairs, they can't. They just get to the bottom of the stairs and they can't get up there.
Okay, that's good to know.
But it does require a little bit more ammo because to get the guys in the back with the SMG, it kind of eats your ammo a little bit.
I should have a counter for how many times I pause. Or bringing up the pause menu. I swear it's happened like 20 times.
No, not that many.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
Okay, 19.
Okay, well, maybe I'll have to do the 100% speedrun.
Oh yeah, we get a different car for this section.
Yes, this car also sucks.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Clint's car, though. With the siren, it's as bad as Clint's car.
Yeah, especially when you're going downhill in the beginning, it goes pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Once we get near the town, like, you might notice the frame rate is dipping. It's just, it's so
Yeah, it's not too bad right now, but it'll get there.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh. Okay. No, you got it. This car flips really easily too. So as soon as I saw it going on 2 wheels, I'm like, oh no. It's a very long, leggy drive.
Always looking out for cars on the road.
No, this street is so... Yeah, that was pretty good. This street is so difficult to navigate. Just that, like, section specifically, because it's so narrow, and there's always a car that spawns in it for some reason.
And this time was the biggest car of them all.
Yeah, it had to be the biggest one.
Oh, okay.
There
we go,
okay. Nice.
You don't know how many times I've flipped there just trying to make that turn.
Yeah. But, yeah. The worst part is it's kind of a slow flip, too. So you see it coming, and you're like, oh, no.
Just, yeah, in slow motion.
And there's nothing you can do about it. The original console for this was the 360, I think. In North America, anyways. It was also released on PS3 in Japan. I have a Japanese PS3 copy, and it's just the 360 game. It's not the director's cut. It was only released on PS3 in North America as the director's cut, which is kind of different.
How did you find that version? I remember searching for...
Oh, eBay.
Oh, eBay? Is it on eBay?
Yeah, it's actually... I don't think it's that bad with shipping either. It's about the same as like a North American copy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was gonna do that instead of the 360 version and just run the Japanese PS3, but it's the 360 version is faster.
I heard what I said.
Oh, because is it just
because of the
like
Series X?
Oh.
No, because of the Series X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That gives us plenty of time to find a way to view the bonus footage.
So that Japanese PS3 version, it's literally just the Xbox 360 version?
Yeah.
Like the same exact thing?
Yeah. It never got released in North America. So it has like the same color scheme, the same kind of menus, the same bad tank controls. Yes, in Japan, this game is called Red Seeds Profile. So if you're looking for the Japanese version, that's what it's called.
Oh, maybe that's why I couldn't find it.
Could be, yeah. So this part, I'm not sure who found this. Was it Tech Ninja or Maxi?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I learned it from Maxi is that if you run the opposite direction, it'll kind of pull you further along to where you're supposed to be, and it's actually faster to run away from her.
Yep, you just go the opposite direction.
By about 2 minutes, minute and a half. It's like a good chunk of time in a long run.
Tech Ninja does it slightly differently, and but like, so it saves maybe like 2 seconds over doing it this way. I kind of want to learn that way though. It's only 2 little itty bitty seconds, but I think eventually I'm gonna learn Tech Ninja's way.
This is last one, and then you should be at the bar. Yep.
Yep. Thankfully, so now's the time where I'm gonna buy the revolver and a bunch of ammo.
Yes. Our trusty revolver that carries us through the rest of the game.
I'm gonna buy revolver ammo first, only because sometimes, so like the last, so I buy 3 sets of revolver bullet ammo, and the third one, it doesn't cost, so it says it costs $521, but it doesn't cost that much, because it costs like half the amount, since, how do I explain this? Like, it basically refills whatever is left, because there's like a maximum amount of ammo you can have. So even though it says it costs $521, it takes less money from you. But if you don't have the $521, it won't let you buy it, even though it's going to cost less anyway. So it's really strange how it works. That's why I always buy the revolver ammo first, and then go back up to the SMG ammo.
I never noticed that before.
Yeah, it's like a strange, weird thing.
Weird. Okay.
Oh yeah, this part.
Yes.
Some more wiggling the analog stick.
Oh, I did find something here. If he's really close to you for the second box push, if you just stand there and wait, he'll throw you back against the box, and then you can keep running. Not this one, the one in the doorway. If he does happen to catch up to you, it's faster to have him throw you.
Really? So for this one right here, if you just
I mean, he's
quite
a ways behind you right now. But if he was right behind you, it would be faster for him to throw you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then after that chase sequence, we're just gonna hide.
Again, yes.
Okay.
This one's kind of tricky because there are 3 different times you have to hold your breath. So it can kind of catch you off guard if you aren't paying attention. And then after this, there's another QTE section where you kind of have to wiggle the stick back and forth like we just did in the chase sequence. But with the added bonus of QTEs thrown in there. And if you fail at any point, you have to start it over. And it's kind of long, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody is asking how he doesn't find you with the fly entourage. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure they're flying outside of the locker, and you probably smell really bad, so... Not sure. That's a good question.
Maybe the raincoat killer
Zach, this is a
Actually, I was about to say he might not have a good sense of smell, but he'll see the flies.
Yeah.
Definitely see the flies.
Yeah. Nicely done. That lady is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one too. Because the second one. Wait, were you talking about the one that I killed or?
The one that you killed.
Okay, yeah, no, she's annoying, yeah, because she blocks that doorway. But then the second one,
Yes.
if you're not fast enough, the second one can grab you, which,
Yes. The best is she goes to grab you and then the cutscene starts and you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Such good timing.
Now we shoot.
Yeah, see that animation where she just kind of like wiggles around?
Oh.
I can't get that to happen for me.
Oh, that, yeah, oh, I see what you're talking about. I don't know, yeah, it just happens.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. I mean, yeah. It's this game. I'm sure there's an answer, but maybe not also. So
Yeah, well, you know what? It might just be the position that you're at. Like, it's not too close to her, but not too far away.
Or that you're aiming at her, maybe? Maybe. Oh yeah, and then this lady faces the other way. Yep.
Yeah. There's just enough space back here to be able to do all this.
Just enough. If you don't know what the dodge button is, that might be an issue, but...
That was amazing.
Did you happen to try the thing with George where you aim at his face?
I
later?
didn't get a chance to practice that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it helps.
It definitely...
I could be wrong, though.
No, I think it does. I'm just afraid to try it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not during a marathon run is when you want to try that. I always kept the right and left mixed up.
I almost did that too, yeah.
The funny thing about the game design in this game, though, is if you turn left and that's the right way, it usually means that next time you'll have to turn right, the opposite direction.
That ammo that I picked up right there, sometimes it's revolver ammo, which I was hoping it was.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, but it wasn't this time. It was just the SMG ammo.
Okay. And this is the annoying chase QTE section. There are 5 different prompts. Oh, cutting it close.
Yeah.
And if you miss any of them, you have to start over. So I'm gonna be a little more quiet, maybe, in this section.
Me too.
Don't mind us. They really don't give you a lot of time to react.
Take a look at the Raincoat Killer's camera right there.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's it looks like he's running into a wall. He's having a time.
I think this is going to be the last QTE coming up.
Yep. Oh, there he goes. Nice.
Okay.
There are a couple invisible enemies in this section. Just this section.
Sometimes, yeah, you'll just get hit out of nowhere.
Yeah. And they'll catch fire and then run into you. And you'll take damage from that, but you won't actually have to do anything to kill them, and they won't grab you. You'll just be on fire for a moment. It's fine.
Huh?
And after this, you get a surprise chase section, where if you aren't moving fast enough, he will grab you.
Yeah, if you're not expecting that, you'll definitely get grabbed.
Yeah. All right, that is the end of the chapter.
Yeah, that was chapter 20.
Yep. Yep. And a couple of those chapters between 11 and 20 are maybe 2 minutes long.
Yeah, there's some really short ones.
Mm-hmm.
Dad?
All right, now it's time to chase Dad.
Come on, boy, or it'll be too late.
Yep, for this section, you're just running straight. You can never pass him either.
You
catch
can
up
never
to him.
pass Dad.
Never.
Yeah, he has like an invisible wall around him on the sides.
Dad? Dad?
Come on, boy, or it'll be too late.
And at one point, he'll just disappear into thin air. I'm not sure what the choice was for that in game design. I guess that they assumed that you wouldn't be this close to him, or that you'd be confused on what you had to do, and he would be far enough ahead that you wouldn't see him despawn, but...
Dad? Dad?
But the voice, he still keeps talking, so...
I feel like on the other versions, you can't get this close to him. I feel like it's only on the Switch version where you can get this close.
Oh, maybe,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. And there he goes.
Yeah, there he goes.
Even when he's gone, he's still there, because
Yeah.
he's like still pushing you back. You still can't get past it. Like you're still kind of slow. You know, like it feels like he's still there. No metaphors or anything.
It's also really hard to tell where you can actually walk in this section. Because you would think it would be like all of the path, but it's not. All right, it's the moment you were waiting for, Basis.
The music here is great.
Is it the
Oh yeah,
15
it's the
minutes
dog.
of dog?
Yeah, yeah,
Is it really
it sure
15?
is. It's pretty long.
I forget the exact time. It might be closer
Yeah.
to 10.
10.
Oh,
Yeah.
only 10, of course.
Yeah. This song is a banger.
Oh, it
though.
is.
Yeah.
And we also get to play as Emily.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
The one time you get to play as Emily. Funny thing to note about this is you're supposed to be chasing Willie, but if you're too close right behind Willie, Forrest will think that you are not following him for some reason. So the best place to be is right in between the two. Yeah, you could just do that.
Yeah, this works.
Showing off.
I gotta do it. It's funny because, like, in the other section, if you do that, Forrest Casing will, like, glitch right through you. He'll just go straight through you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll see if I can make that happen.
Someone from chat is asking, how many hours do you estimate you have in this game?
Probably at least not 1,000, maybe like 400. 400 to 500. Counting the PS3, Xbox, PC versions. I'd say probably around 400.
I definitely have 1,000 at least. But I bet I've also been running this game for 4 years now.
Thomas, I know that you're there. Your disposition is not of...
And the run has had
You need to stop.
significant changes in the last 2 years, I'd say.
And you and Carol should take off. Go as far away as you can. Open a bar or a
The fastest time I think used to be...
I know you too well.
have to look at the leaderboard, but it used to be pretty wild to have a sub 4 hour run.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Let me check.
Have you ever been in love with someone?
Thomas,
Oh yeah, that was on Xbox,
a
right?
long time ago.
There was like a
No, on the Switch.
Oh, Switch.
Yeah. Let me look.
Pretty much at the same time. And since then, I've tried not to care about anyone so deeply, but recently...
When I started, Squidzy was the world record holder, and that was 3 hours 47 minutes.
You'd be better off not falling
Or
in
not.
love with her.
Maybe not when I started, but...
Thomas, considering the circumstances, whatever I say might not be important to you, but I'll say it anyways.
By the way, currently in the story, York is tied up. Definitely didn't talk about that.
I think
Yeah,
been captured.
He's been
natural
captured.
to respond when someone talks to you, I guess. Everything will end tonight. You just stay there until then.
And there are going to be a bunch of unskippable cutscenes coming up. That was one of them.
Yeah. There's what, like 4 of
Three?
them? 5 of them? 3?
Three or 4?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Never actually counted them. Oh yeah, this is the last part where we will save and exit out of the game and open it back up.
Yes. Very, very important.
Just so the game doesn't crash on us.
Yes. Otherwise, it'll crash probably midway through the clock tower. Yeah. And that's quite a bit of time from now, so... Alright, back to following Willie.
There's a camera glitch you can do that makes the camera spin really fast.
What? I've never seen that.
I'll do it again when they're... Well, so you look down while you're holding the analog down, and the camera will face wherever she is looking. So it glitches out like
this. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But I feel like it only happens in this section. I can't seem to do it anywhere else.
Huh.
Like when I'm going up the clock tower, it doesn't work. I think when you have like access to... Actually, no, I have a weapon here. Yeah, I don't know why it's only this section. But it works.
Zach, I'm hungry, but I can't do much about that at the moment. Thomas is certainly a great cook. It's a shame to keep his cooking hidden out here in the countryside. Don't you think so, Zach?
There's a lot of side quests in the game where Emily will cook food for you, and it's always something pretty bad. It never tastes good, apparently.
Yes. Emily's kitchen is pretty funny as well. There's like a huge burn mark on the wall behind the stove.
I wish you could have tasted it, Zach.
It takes up the whole wall up until the vent. Yeah, and her quest is usually you just have to get one item. So like an onion or some cheese. And then you teach her a dish. Or help her. No, she's missing. She said her dish tastes fine, but it's missing something. So then you would pick the thing that would go with it. Oh, I didn't know you could walk over that.
Yeah, you can just walk right on that.
Okay. Is it just not when you're running at it?
Like on the other side, it's not as high as.
Oh, okay. I thought it was too high. Yeah.
felt that way looking at a woman before? No, I'm wrong. It's a long time ago now, though. You remember that incident, Zach? Anyways, I was very surprised when she came to my hotel room. Not in a funny way, don't get me wrong. It was really exciting, though. I thought I heard my heart thumping inside, you know? It's
We're almost through the unskippable cutscenes. Someone's asking what is in the 100% run. It's all the side quests and all of the cards. And all of the races, right? And fishing. It's everything.
For 100%, I guess. I mean, yeah, everything. But like, I wonder because I know for all side quests, you still need like almost all of the trading cards. You don't get Sweary's card, though. So like, I guess 100% would include Sweary's card.
Yeah. You get Sweary's card from getting all of the other cards, right?
Well, don't you have to do like this thing in the main menu or something? Was it there?
It's
there's
awkward. It's like a new game plus thing. You go to like the special room. You have to have like the granny card. You have to like do a bunch of like selections and like the sound options, the card, the cutscene viewer, all that stuff.
Someone says, there are races in those cars? Yes, there are.
Oh, yeah.
And they're as bad as you think they are.
You know what, though? My favorite car is York's car that when you fix it up, it's like a really cool sports car.
Yes.
That's definitely my favorite car in the game.
And it is the fastest car in the game.
Yeah.
Deputy Willie's.
And controls aren't so bad on that, I feel like.
Yeah.
For some reason in the darkness, I see Emily's face. When I first met her on the bridge, she looked so dignified. And that glimmer in her eyes when she argues every word I say. Her blonde hair lit by the dawn. Eating steak at the diner. Giving me directions in the car. Her face in the gallery. And that coffee she made. She's a goddess in a tight dress.
That was almost a jump scare. She just pops up.
Let's pray that she doesn't become a reinforcement.
For all side quests, you need to do a couple races to get some of the cards, because you need all of the cards for the panda. What was it called? That panda shop, the weapon shop.
Panda Bear.
Panda Bear. Yeah. You need like all the cards because that basically counts as a side quest. But you don't need Sweary's card for all side quests. But yeah, 100% would be such a pain. I can't imagine. Reaching the clock tower. In a second, we're gonna climb all the way up and have a boss fight.
Yes. Don't actually have to fight all of the enemies in the section either. Just 2 of them. One if one of them cooperates with you, but not likely.
No, I generally just end up shooting them till they're dead, pretty much. I guess like you could shoot them out of the way, right? Like for one of, was it for one of them or was it the second one?
Didn't you know that?
I forget.
Everything proceeds along
I know it's the first one you can get past, and then the second you have to shoot, and then third you can get past, and fourth you have to shoot.
Okay.
I think.
So, I guess just as a general looking forward to, because I know we're entering end game here with a bunch of like weapons and probably tactics we're using. Are you mainly gonna be using the submachine gun, or did you kind of plan out what weapons you're using for each of the fights, really? Because I know we have a few coming up.
Mainly, so for Emily's section, we just use her handgun. Once we get York back, we're mainly going to be using the Magnum for pretty much every boss fight afterwards. Almost got grabbed there. Let's see. Yeah, it's basically gonna be the revolver. It just because the revolver just does so much damage per shot that it's not even, you can't even compare that with the SMG. I guess we do use the SMG like at the very, very end of the game. But the final hit on the boss.
Makes sense. And for these zombies right here, is there any way to actually pass them, or do you have to fight them?
You could. There is a way to, like, you can like headshot a couple of them and then just run around them. I'm not gonna. I wasn't gonna attempt it only because it's been a while since I practiced that strat. So I'm just clearing them out real quick. It's like this guy could run right past. But yeah, there is a faster, optimal way of doing that. Let's see. The fire guy though, there's a guy with a torch. That one, pretty sure I definitely have to kill that guy. No way around him. Yeah. Here we go. Here we have a boss fight coming up here. This is Thomas's boss fight. Just gotta make sure. There's like 2 phases. So during the second phase, gotta make sure. I'm gonna reload before the second phase just so I can finish him off like right before he gets on. Like there's like a hook.
The hook is very bad.
There we go. And yeah, okay.
Oh, there we go. Well done. Smooth.
That's a fast fight.
I hope nothing terrible has happened.
I'm always worried about that fight. It's always, I practiced that I think the most out of any fight in the game. Thomas's fight.
It has the most time loss for sure. If Thomas gets on the hook, it eats up a lot of time. Because you could take Thomas's health bar down while Thomas is on the hook, but it won't actually count until Thomas is off of the hook. One thing I'll mention, if anybody is interested in learning this run, and you do happen to get it on the Switch, you want the digital version. You don't want the cart, and you want the digital version saved on the Switch's internal memory. The reason for that is because there's a big difference in loading times. The cart is the slowest. Then if you have it on a micro SD, that's the second slowest, and right on the Switch is the fastest. And it's not a little, like between each of having it on the cart or digitally on a micro SD, it will add about 10 minutes to your runtime for each of those. So
Wow, I didn't know it was that significant.
it really is, and I didn't know about that for the longest time. And I think Mini Omega King told me to just save it on the internal memory, and I PB by 10 minutes in the exact same week. Like it's a lot.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I've always had it just digitally installed. Like I had no idea that was a big thing.
I mean, yeah, this was my first speed game, so I didn't really know anything like that, I guess, you know? So yeah. And you've been speedrunning for a long time, so right?
True.
Like 10 years?
Oh yeah, I started running in 2012.
Okay, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, my first speed game.
Nice. Obviously, you also run Yakuza games.
Oh yeah. Great. Those are pretty fun.
Pretty fun.
They're really fun. They're really fun. I love Yakuza so much. Oh, for that fight that just ended, I was trying to stand like where that final thing spawns, the earrings, just so I can pick it up as soon as I finish the last zombie. And it worked out kind of okay. I didn't kill, so I thought I killed one of them. The first zombie that I was shooting didn't die, so I had to like go back and kill him. But other than that, it was pretty decent.
Pretty good. We're in the home stretch.
Yeah. For this section, whenever I look up and sprint, I don't think I have to sprint, but it works either way. Like you'll just instantly go through the door, because normally you're supposed to run into that sheriff's department.
Oh.
I just look up and sprint.
Oh, weird.
It just automatically puts you in there.
Nice. Yeah, this section you're supposed to shoot the deer heads that are upside down, and it unlocks the door. Yeah, I didn't realize how much faster it is to go left instead of right. There's a box to break in the first section on the right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And this is probably the last point you can buy ammo. I used to buy ammo there, but they give you more Magnum ammo than I thought they did. Nicely done.
And I reloaded at the end there because I'll need all my shots for the upcoming boss fight.
Yes, good thinking.
I might have to heal. I'm worried about that one section.
Yeah, I guess there's no healing point between now and the fight.
Well, not just for that fight, but the one where almost like a shooting gallery with all those zombies. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. That can be pretty tricky. There's a section coming up where you kind of have to run through an area. It's like a shooting range. And there are different zombie enemies set up along the range, and they all have shotguns. And the shotgun is very powerful. You can eat probably half of your health in one shot, so... when you're down to a quarter of your health, York will start limping, and you're very, very slow. In which point you could get shot again, which is great. So
I'm gonna see if the zombie is friendly enough to break this first box.
Oh,
totally are.
This oh smooth. Nice. Yeah, the last zombie is my nemesis.
I feel like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like every time that first zombie breaks that first crate for me, that last one never shoots the barrel. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but it's happened like every time. That's my strat for not blowing up, because that barrel does so much damage if it explodes. Okay, here we go. George boss fight.
You got this. Toji gets way closer to George than I do, and it's really scary to watch him do this.
I can't help it.
Nicely done.
Just get right up in there. Oh, okay.
See that? Oh!
That was unfortunate. No.
No.
Okay, well, yeah. So that's what could happen if you yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Yes. Yes, he has a very, very nasty QTE, which is why I don't like to get close to him.
Oh, I forgot the buttons again on the Switch. No. Listen, I'm panicking. Don't remember the buttons. Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
Okay, you got this. You got this. You just need one more hit.
I'm just gonna stay right here.
Yeah. Wait for him to. Oh, yes. There you go.
I can't shoot. Oh, okay. We're good.
There you go. And then you need the submachine gun for this next part. his third phase, he throws an axe at you, and you just aim at it with the submachine gun. And it will somehow go back towards him.
So yeah, the second phase of George, it's always a pain, but
it is.
Yeah.
All right, this part we just gotta talk to people. Now it looks like Toji's going left and right and left and right. He's actually going in a straight line. It's just the camera changes. So
Yeah, it looks pretty funny.
it does look pretty funny. Most people are like, what is going on? Like, how are you getting to the end? Like, how does that work? Magic. I like that the game just suggested that you eat a can of tomato sauce for health. If you need to recover your hunger, just eat an entire can of tomato sauce.
Entire can.
Yes.
Go to the pantry now. Get a can. Just
Yes.
drink it.
Yeah.
Or do you eat it or drink it?
That's a good question.
A little bit of both.
Zach, I'm getting a really bad feeling about all this. I truly believe George was the murderer.
This is the section that is so important that you have Quint's car. Oh!
Amazing
Oh my goodness.
recovery.
Amazing.
It's a long drive.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the one time that Quint's car is bearable to drive.
Zach, I need you to pray with me.
Oh, so those giant dogs spawn right in front of you. When you're looking down, you can actually go straight through them.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's going so fast it doesn't even acknowledge.
Yeah.
Wild that you can just ride giant dogs.
About halfway there. Ooh. That's a nice slide.
That was a close call. I just
Yeah.
try not to turn at all.
Yeah. Yeah, for the driving in this game, if you lose control of the car, it's better to just run into something. That's better than flipping, so. Better to lose some speed and run into a wall. Or use a wall as a brake. The lag in this part of the town is the worst as well.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like especially around the driveway, George's driveway, there are a lot of lag spikes there.
Oh yeah, so
Let's see if you get the door skip.
yeah, I was about to say, yeah, let's see if the door skip will work. I'm just gonna run straight through the door and we'll see if if we phase right through it. Let's find out.
Nice. Yay.
Does that only work on the Switch version?
No, it works on all of the versions.
Huh.
But it just feels so random, you know? Like, I'll do it the exact same way every time, and sometimes it just won't work. So yeah, that was pretty nice. That actually worked.
Huh.
I think you just have to... You said hold up and run. And then it usually works.
Also, in chat, it says tomatoes are a fruit. You eat them. But we're talking about tomato sauce. Like, apple juice is fruit, but we drink apple juice.
That's true.
So do you eat sauce or do you drink sauce?
This is just a really long walking section. There's really not anything to this part.
Nothing special.
Just clean lines and...
Which is not something I have.
This section
yours aren't
definitely
bad.
weighs a lot more, I want to say, on the casual player, because I think you're meant to try to figure out where exactly to go, and it kind of plays more lore with that. I think if the bell rings, 12 times is the section?
Yep.
So, for speedrunning, it doesn't really matter, because, well, you need to get there as quickly as possible anyway, so...
Yep. And by the way, looking down does actually reduce lag a little bit in this section, too.
A little bit. It really, it does.
Chat is saying you tomato sauce.
What if, listen, now hear me out. What if you put the tomato sauce in a cup and then you drink it? I mean, that's got to mean you're drinking it, right? If it's in a cup? No?
I mean,
you don't sound
in all senses, I feel like the more important point that could be made is I don't want to open up a can of tomato sauce and do anything with it. I don't want to eat it straight. I don't want to drink it straight. I don't really care. I want to eat it straight.
No, we've started the food discussion.
We're saying you can eat brownies out of a cup.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what? I'll drink the brownies from the cup. That's what I'll do. I'll drink it all.
And also, you do drink ice cream soup if you're having that.
Alright, final boss time. There are a couple cutscenes in between that, but
basically, final part of the game.
Yes. Oh, smooth.
Yeah, that was nice. You can
That's actually really hard to do.
to not get burned by the fire when you run straight through.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it lets you through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zach, you have
So nothing bad going on here. Just
Yeah, there's nothing, actually. Don't worry about that.
Thank you, by the way.
Yep.
Let's just say it's not a very pretty sight.
Nope.
It's showtime!
Oh, I haven't seen this attack for a while, actually. Wow.
Oh, him spitting smoke at you?
Yeah. I've like every D-Rust run I did, like he didn't do that a single time.
Also, this is an actual boss fight that was released in an actual game.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure was.
Also, we're asking how you eat the can of tomato sauce, like the physical can itself.
Yes. Oh.
Well, don't eat the can.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah, just don't. Nice. 2
Content.
cycles. Well done.
Here we go. So this is going to be a lot of wiggling again.
Yes, you don't actually have to wiggle it
See how
as fast
slow I
as
can
this.
go.
Look at how fast it is
Oh,
on the
that's kinda
screen.
What if I do it that fast, though?
Well, I think you are going faster, but not that much faster.
Yeah, I think this is good pace.
Definitely not worth the, like, carpal tunnel, so.
No.
Or an RSI. Or what's the wrist injury?
Carpal tunnel.
Okay.
It is carpal, yeah. I kind of, you know what I do? I kind of just move my entire arm. That's what I do.
This section really goes for a while too.
Yep.
Have you tried looking down in this section?
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, you can. But like the way that you would for the car.
Hey, I just noticed.
Oh.
Where's the flies?
Oh yeah, our fly friends are gone, but only for a moment.
Maybe it's because he took off the suit.
I'll put back on the jacket and then.
Yeah, they'll be back. Don't you worry.
How do you only get dirt on your jacket and nothing else?
That's a good question.
Oh, Jade, when you said look down, did you mean for like lag? In terms of like lag looking down? Yeah, I guess I never thought of that.
I think it's slightly faster. At least when you look down, you can see if the you're at the end. Because if you're at the end, the inside of the tower has I don't know how to explain it. It's like there's a line, a very definite line.
Yeah, it sort of ends.
And then you'll know that the end is just about there.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, like, I think I saw it. You definitely... There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to heal, just in case.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you did need the health.
See that? Yeah. Guess I did need it, after all.
Because for this part, there's one attack that he does where he kind of winds up and spits smoke at you. And while he's doing that, you can get 2 or 3 shots in on the doll, where normally you would get one shot in, and then he'd kind of do this animation that he was just doing, and then you'd have to wait until he was finished.
I want to note, by the way, this fight is really, really mean for first-time players.
It's so mean.
Not only is hitting the doll itself pretty hard and the damage ridiculous, it has a part 2, which we'll explain when you get there, but if you fail part 2, you go back to part 1. Which means you have to do this all over again at full health if you don't do part 2 in time. One of those fights.
It's really bad, yeah. When he regenerates health, like your heart sinks. It's like, oh my god, I have to do this all over again.
It's letting you get some double shots in, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and there he go. He's doing the
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I learned it's better to take the hit there and get the extra shots in.
What do you think? Should I heal?
No, you probably don't need it.
What if I get hit by the green?
That's a good point, but
let's just see what happens. I don't know if shooting him makes him bring out his attack faster.
I think it does.
It feels
it really feels like it does. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're fine. All right.
Finish the fight. You just gotta shoot the dog.
I'll let. We're probably a minute away from time, so I'll let Toji handle that. But
yeah, basically,
just
like,
a heads up.
We gotta fast travel back to the hotel and go to sleep, and then I'll call it out once it happens. We hit like a dialogue option, and then that's when it ends.
You know, the wild part is how close you are to your PB.
Yeah.
You said about a minute away, right?
According to my splits, yeah, about a minute 25.
Yeah, you're probably like, what, a 3:13, I think, roughly about?
Harry.
Nice.
Which, over a 3-hour run, that's kind of wild.
I'm actually surprised. I was thinking I was going to get like a 3:15, 3:16 or something. Maybe closer to 3:20. But
that's why you have an estimate. Yeah, it just in case. You don't always need it, though.
Totally, yeah. We're almost, okay. I'm going to fast
It's coming up pretty quick.
I'll call it out. Let's see. I'm going to run into the hotel. Once it loads. Oops. And then there's going to be a little bit of cutscene skipping here. And time.
And this is...
All right, GG.
Nice.
GG. What does the stream say for my final time? Just curious.
Ooh.
Oh wow, nice. That is pretty close to my PB. Yeah, like I had.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's wild, all things considered. What, doing it live?
Yeah.
My first time on GDQ stream, by the way.
Hey, cheers to that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
While we're closing out the ending here, one, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give? And two, if anyone wanted to find you anywhere, where can they find you? If they wanted to watch more Toji.
Well, I stream once every couple years, so you can follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Tojimaru. That's about it. That's really all that I do. I have a YouTube channel. I forget the link. It's like Tojimaru B at the end. The letter B. But yeah, don't have much shout outs. Thank you very much for letting me do this. This is great.
Definitely cheers. It was a fun run. Deadly Prem is a run I've kind of been wanting a little bit. It's weird. And hell, it's, right about April Fool's, so thought we'd get a little bit silly with it.
Definitely a silly horror game. Yeah.
Definitely a bit, and hopefully everyone did enjoy it. As well, before we wrap it up for the night, do either one of you have anything else you'd like to say before we close on up?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
All right. Hey, look, there's me on the camera. Hi, everyone. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all did enjoy the show. Once again, before we end, I just want to say that the SGDQ 2023 games list will be released on April 4th. You can tweet at Games Don't Click right now and let us know what you're hoping to see on the games list. There's a lot of fun options on there. As well, hope you enjoyed this April Fool's special. We will be back in about 2 weeks or so. We also have fun horror games coming on. I think the next one's going to be pretty big, just to kind of give a hint of what it might be. That being said, I've been your host, Agaisis. I plan a lot of these shows out. For Speedruns in the Crypt, you can find me somewhere on the screen here. I stream my own stuff, plenty of horror and all that jazz. So if you want to check that out, just feel free to go there. Anyway, we're going to go find someone to raid. We'll be finishing up for the night, so have a good rest of the day and or night, and see you next time.